In podcast Detroit, recording live. Prepare yourself for a hoppy drive. If you're chilling at home, pop that growler and just kick back for the next 2 hours. It's the end of the week, so here's to the weekend. It's Better on Draft with Rob, Matt, Nick, and Ken.
And we are live, episode 155, Better on Draft podcast, back out here in Royal Oak. We do not have a full studio, far from it. We actually have a very limited studio with a lot of beer, so we are going to be having a lot of fun today. Matt, how you doing?
I am just preparing the Uber now.
You are preparing the Uber now?
Yes. I just poured Idiom Imperial Porter by Griffin Claw.
Okay.
Have not put it into my face hole yet. Smells good.
That's the porter. Yes, I got the Imperial Red.
You have the I have the other can for you here
I
as
can
well.
smell like the mosaics literally just like destroyed my nose. This is gonna be so. Like, I love Imperial, not necessarily love Imperial Reds because usually they come off really dry, really bitter, but this is just something that. Well, how's the porter? You tell me.
Let's put it. Good. It's thanks.
Good.
Great description.
Thanks. I was pulling a Stafford. I'm going to throw this one to you next. So I'm getting, it's your standard porter. Neither is it overly light or overly viscous, so it's pretty medium body throughout. It definitely has a boozy finish.
Okay.
It's 9.5.
It's an Imperial, and you can kind of taste it. It's not your standard like Black Butte 6 to 7% one. You can definitely taste that. Someone put the nitro in here and really gave it some extra.
Gave it some oomph.
It's at the borderline of smoke. I don't like smoke beers, but it's at the gray line of being somewhat smoky, roasty, but not like to the level of I'm eating a fire pit.
Yeah. As I drink more of it, I'm getting that.
Yeah.
You don't get that on your first couple sips, but then I think it's a lingering bit to where it just kind of like plaques up in the back of your throat.
We don't do a lot of dark beers, so this is something that I begged for basically since I started, something that I could enjoy.
Are you regretting that now?
No, it's like, for lack of a better term, in fuego. It's on fire right now.
So that friendly baritone you hear is Kyle from Griffin Claw.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not bad. So what are you thankful for this Christmas? Or this
Christmas?
Thanksgiving? God damn it. All right. Show's over.
Got it.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I'm out. I'm thankful for beer. I don't
There
know.
we go. That was the answer I was looking for.
Thankful for this lovely spread.
So this cornucopia of beer that you brought us.
Yeah, I live 2 blocks away, so I can stumble
Oh,
home.
you're a little fancy.
Sure.
All right. So besides the Imperial Red and the Idiom, what did you bring us?
Besides those two, we have Bourbon Barrel Aged 3 Scrooges, which was released at the brewery today. We used to have a beer, Winter Warmer. So Idiom actually is our winter seasonal. It replaced a beer called 3 Scrooges, which was a winter warmer with like orange peel and cinnamon and nutmeg and a little bit of honey. So an ode to our past. This is a bourbon barrel aged version that sits in bourbon barrels for 10 months. It's a winter warmer.
Is this just last year's version that you took back from the distributor that
No,
I knew was out there? because
no,
I
we
sold it?
did take a lot back from the distributors, but we're gonna still that out when our still gets back up. There's 56 half barrels sitting in Rochester that I'm gonna put through the still as soon as that opens up.
For like a whiskey or
Yeah. We've done that a lot throughout our past. I mean, we don't sell a lot of spirits; it's all internal. But we have. If you walk through our barrel room right now, there's spiced whiskey, there's pumpkin whiskey, there's blue corn whiskey, So that has a little bit of oomph to it.
So there's just so much flavor going on in here. I don't know what I'm pulling.
It's boozy. It's a little hot.
It's boozy. I get like corny. Like it's almost like I'm drinking popcorn, but I know I'm not. I'm almost afraid to go back for a second, but I mean,
You're not getting any butter in there, are you?
I was gonna say, don't say butter.
I was gonna, popcorn. That's like the next one is very buttery.
no.
I think that's what they call diacetyl.
Yeah,
I think it's the booziness is just kind of coating me.
yeah.
So I'm actually sorry to interrupt. What's the Arabescent?
Yeah, Arabescent.
That's the Imperial Red IPA.
Yeah.
Yep, I can tell.
He with a lot of things that we've done throughout our past, it's kind of a mistake. We had a batch of Rojo in one area, and then we were dry hopping something with Mosaic to the next of it, and someone dry hopped the Rojo with Mosaic a long time ago, and their arabescent started. So
I guess the base beer, the El Rojo, is probably one of my favorite local ambers. Or more red, I guess, not necessarily an amber ale.
It's the Rojo.
Yes. It's just very, very good, very solid. One of those beers, though, that I never seemed very consistent in regards to from batch to batch that I had flavors. Like, I would feel like I'd have a batch that I'd love and then a batch that I would hate. And I'd be like, why do I not like this beer? I know I love this beer. I've had this beer so many times. But then the next time I go try it, whether it's on draft or in a can, 2-3 months down the road, it's definitely another solid beer for me. So, having this, the first one really kicks you in the face of the Mosaic hops. Definitely the dryness, as you said, right from the get-go. But that malt there really levels it out at the end to where I don't have that bitter beer face at the end of my throat. Like, oh my God, I hate, the way I feel when I drink IPAs. It's like, oh my God, I hate my life. Did you get a chance to?
I haven't yet. I've been working on the
everything else.
Yeah.
That's the issue with not necessarily this show, but definitely going to be this show is a sense that we had this specific episode is we have so many beers to try, and I guess we have as much time as we want, so we can just keep going.
I mean, we should at least attempt to try all 8.
Well, we are.
Okay, well then
we're going to
actually,
be Ubering
you know what?
home.
Wow, this Arabescent is actually super good. Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of get lost in the description of this beer, but I get a little bit of this. This tastes like a less abrasive version of Norm's. Like Norm's Light to me, but not like a Gateway where it's like lighter ABV.
I'm going to be honest. Every single one of your IPAs is very, very terrible to me. I just can't do. Like, I tried doing your session. I tried Norm's Raggedy. Mind you, I know they're good beers. I just can't drink. Your IPAs is just way too. I don't know if it's the hops that you're using.
I like to say that I
that's
love
not
them.
my.
So
Well, that's
keep them coming.
That's the thing. That's a cool thing though. Is that like, in this industry, there's so many varietals of IPA. You have your pick. So like for some reason, I can't drink Huma. I know Huma's a good beer. I can't drink Huma. Huma's something in me just doesn't like it. Two Hearted's the most foundational IPA in the history of the world, but
I don't like it. That's not me trying to be cool or me trying to be snarky. And what's weird too is the fact that I love Founders Centennial, which is basically the Founders version of Two Hearted, and I just can't drink Two Hearted. It just doesn't. It just don't
wonder
like
if it's
it.
the green bill.
I mean, that would be my guess. I mean, as we're trying to say that it's not the exact same beer. We know this, but in regards to the one thing that really affects me is the hops and the bitterness and what type of hops that you're using, whether they're citrus type hops. I just can't do Two Hearted very much. And I mean, we have a full keg up here, so I know anyone that's going to be coming into our show in the next month or so that's going to be drinking that Two Hearted is going to be having a lot of fun.
When in doubt, drink Two Hearted.
That's what a lot of people do for their rafting beers. Everyone's looking at session IPAs and stuff, but you'll still see so many bottles of Two Hearted. I think it's because it's cans. Yeah,
cans.
I mean, cans now, so it's so easy to get and so easy to drink. I mean, wouldn't be my beer of choice. What about you? What's your craft beer rafting? Craft.
Craft.
I mean,
I feel like there's some
I could go back to the well and just say the Sheboygan Blood Orange, but I really like your. I don't know what you're allowed to call it anymore. Your Honolulu Blue,
cream ale.
Your cream ale, the Clubhouse,
Honolulu Copyright.
I mean,
Clubhouse. How
call
many other names
your
have we had?
your C&D cream ale. But they also have a Mr. Blue Sky, which it's pretty good. I don't know. There's something about it it either needs an orange or it needs less coriander in it, or there's just kind of a flavor in that always
we've altered Blue
fights with
Sky
me
a couple times too. So like Blue Sky has always had grapefruit peel and coriander. We submitted it to GABF a couple years ago, and their comment was there wasn't enough lemon in it, so it finished 4th. which I was like, cool, you finished fourth in GABF, but no one gives a crap that you finished fourth. So we bumped up the lemon in it. So there's a little bit more lemon in than it was like 6 months ago. But
I might have to get on that.
Blue Sky's a beast for us right now too, by the way. But.
Do you really take that much into consideration from what GABF tells you from tasty notes?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that we can drink our Kool-Aid all day, every day.
The Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid.
Right? As I'm wearing a Lion shirt. But at the end of the day, when we have a panel of judges that are very, very qualified judge our beers, we're going to take the critiques very, very seriously, because we view their view, like what they think, as a valid establishment of what we're doing.
But isn't GABF a true to style competition as opposed to a flavor competition?
Yeah, for the most part. But when you're entering those categories, so like the category we entered was basically a flavored wheat. So they were looking for specific flavors in it, and one of them was lemon. So we just kind of like, and his original recipe had lemon in it, so we just kind of altered it back to what it was.
And I think, and maybe I'm just out of my ass here, but at GABF, if you're not like first or second, they're
No one
probably
cares.
well. And at that point, the judges, they probably look for the most true to style.
Right.
But after that, they're probably giving you tasting notes as well as true to style notes,
Right.
because you're obviously not fully true to style, or else you would have won the medal.
Right.
But how can we make the beer better? Do one of these two things, and we'll go from there.
Well, I'm just curious. Do you know how the GABF judging goes? Because I've followed the World Expo. I was there for the entire judging day. I sat down with every single table, different beers, different. And when like the IPA thing came, like everyone did not try every single IPA.
Yeah.
So I assume that's the same at GABF, because you would get completely sloshed like a tenth of the way through the IPAs.
It's so subjective too. So Dan Rogers has a really good statement. So Norm's won.
And Dan Rogers, for those listening, is
Our master brewer, our head brewer, whatever you want to call him, old senile man that brews for us, that wears lederhosen. I don't know.
I wear lederhosen.
Well, so you're in an age group that's probably acceptable. As a 60-year-old man, I don't know if Dan should.
No, because once you get over like 55, you don't care anymore.
Touche.
Yeah, and plus it gives you a reason to
Yeah.
free it.
Valid. But like he won for Norm's Raggedy Ass in 2010, but he claims that the reason why he won that award is because he was using hops that were hot at that point. So like
Popular.
if you're
Not like temperature-wise.
not literally on fire, but like that were the new hotness, the new popular thing. So like we looked at majority of the IPAs that won the last couple of years are usually using something that's really cool, like an experimental hop or a hop flavor that everyone really wants right now. So it's extremely subjective.
Can I give you one note to take back to
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers?
Yeah.
I want Australian hops next.
We did one. It was called
Because every time I get a beer and
Flight of the Concords. So that's what
anytime I get a beer that's like New Zealand or Australian hops, I always fall in love with it.
Yeah.
So
We used Dr. Rudy and Green Bullet and what was the third one?
I don't know. I was at the War and Pig Beer Festival, not this past year, but in 17, and it was like Australian summer, because it's obviously their summer when it's our winter.
Right.
And it was fantastic. I just wanted to put my mouth to the spigot and just keep drinking.
Go to town.
And then just kind of like fly away like a Macy's Day balloon.
So we do have a question from the chat. What are the variants? I know we're going to go through all of them, but real quick, can you rattle off all the variants of Buffalo, Flying Buffalo, and which ones are the newest ones to 2018?
Yeah, so we have original, we have Great Lakes coffee, we have hazelnut coffee, we have raspberry chocolate, orange chocolate, mole, oblivious, or wheat wine, and then spiced strong ale. So there's the 8.
Are there any new ones to 2018, or are these all that
two-
you've built?
The 2 brand new ones, brand spanking new ones, are orange chocolate and mole. Technically, oblivious, wheat wine, and spiced strong ale are new to the Flying Buffalo name, but they've just been altered from what they were in the past.
So where does Flying Buffalo come from? Is there a story behind that?
Yeah, so a lot of people think it's from like Dan using Buffalo Trace barrels at the beginning. Not really. If you literally walk into Big Rock Chop House, there is a buffalo hanging from the ceiling, and it has wings on it, so it is a flying buffalo.
Okay.
So that's where the name kind of came from. Has he used Buffalo Trace barrels? Yeah, but it's not like really where we got that name from, and unfortunately, everyone thinks that that's what it is. But so it's just literally a flying giant stuffed buffalo hanging from a ceiling in Birmingham.
Are you allowed to talk about updates? What's going on in Rochester Hills?
Yeah. So we have 2 out of the 3 licenses. So we're just kind of waiting on the 3rd right now. So TTB and occupancy are done. We're just waiting on MLCC to get their stuff together and approve it.
So what exactly is going on at formerly Eastside Mario's? Is it still going to be under the name BFD? Or okay, so what is happening at Clubhouse BFD?
Now or in the future?
What's currently going on and where is it going to be? Because I know right now it's just a really good tap room with the
BFD's
best fish
still there.
tacos in the country. But like, what's it going to be in the next short term?
Future will tell, I guess. But BFD is still BFD. We'll be at BFD for 18, BFD for 19. Who knows? As it stands right now, we have a 33,000 square foot facility next to it that is set to open as soon as we get the okay. Everything's ready. We did a trial run of water through the system, and there's no real leaks of any sort. So we're good on that.
Now, is that going to be like a tap house, like your Birmingham location, or is that going to be a completely different experience, that 3,300 square feet?
As it 33,000.
Wow. Yeah, excuse me.
You're good. As it stands right now, we just need it for production.
Okay.
So, like, the system that's going into Rochester Hills is a 20-barrel system. It's there right now. It's not going in. It's there. The barrel system that we have in Birmingham's 50. So any, like, small batch that I want to do, any experimental fun thing that I want to do, it has to be, the smallest it could be is a 33-barrel.
Jesus.
Which isn't very big at all. So, like,
In comparison, yes.
Yeah.
But in comparison to what a lot of pilot batches are,
Correct.
no. It's pretty big.
So we've been
It's
pretty
still,
strapped.
still a sizable commitment.
Yeah, extremely. I mean, for layman's terms, that 33-barrel batch all of a sudden turns into 60 or 70 half barrels. And for the most part, you're not doing experimental things in half barrels. You're doing them in quarters. So now all of a sudden you have 100-plus quarters, and that's a lot. So
To sell, yeah.
yeah. And I'm not going to strap my distribution network with all of a sudden these, like, 80 quarters of random things that aren't solid. You know what I mean? That aren't going to move with traction. That's not our MO. That's not what we do very well. So we've been kind of strapped with that. So Rochester, that has to happen for us to exceed in our experimental, like, future. So that's going to be the playground. As we speak, like this morning, I was at the Birmingham facility, and we were putting a bunch of 105-barrel fermenters back into Birmingham. So at the end of it, we should have 15 105-barrel fermenters into Birmingham, where we only had 6 before.
So is Rochester Hills going to be a place I can go sit down and have a drink and watch you guys produce? Or is...
In some way, shape, or form, yes. There will be something. I mean, if you're in Clubhouse right now, Clubhouse does have a window that goes to... So if it stays Clubhouse, if it changes, you'll still be able to do that. What that holds, who knows?
Right on.
And you guys own Clubhouse, correct?
So yeah, it's kind of. I hate saying yes or no on that situation. So we're owned by 2 different families. We're owned by the Nicholson family and the LePage family, and we're technically owned by Bonnie LePage and Mary Nicholson. And those are our 2 owners. They are awesome women, and they have entrusted 2 controllers to kind of look over us as we go.
Okay.
They basically hired a bunch of people and said, just go. And thankfully, we're pretty good at what we do, I hope. I hope. But then, so Bonnie's son, Scott, owns Clubhouse BFD. So it's technically in the family. We do not own that. But technically, it is in a family sort. So.
Okay.
Just like Big Rock, just like Lumen, just like a lot of other things. So
I was just curious because obviously you have the Bigalora restaurant group who owns Arbor Brewing now.
Correct.
And therefore, the big thing we talked about, and I think we texted you live on show 2 months ago, because we're curious, and I have had a very good conversation with Ray Sherwood from Sherwood Brewery. Shout out to them over there in Shelby Township. Definitely great beer. They've been open for 12 years.
Oh, yeah, long time.
They've been open for 12 years, and they've been doing great work over there. They're probably one of the first, not the first like 100, but they were definitely like brewery number 60 or something in 2006. And now that we're like
400, we're reaching 400.
So we are over 340 live with another 75 in the cannon.
That's awesome.
And if you go to betterondraft.com/MI beer map, you can actually get a chance to see all the upcoming breweries as well as all of the breweries that are open. We do separate all the production facilities so you don't accidentally go to a production facility.
We've had that a lot already, and ours isn't even up. So
We had someone talk to us and be like, hey, we don't see us on your thing. And I'm like, well, you're a production only facility out in Ludington. So you're there, you're in the production facility portion of the map, but I don't want people to show up and be like, well, what the hell? There's no the brewery can't facilitate me.
Looks pretty, but now what?
So we always talk about the business of beer. If you produce a beer at what used to be Mario's, the new facility that you have in Rochester Hills, if you want to pour it at BFD, are you going to have to go through the distributor chain for that?
Yes, unless BFD becomes us.
Okay.
So
you have to get rid of a license then?
Correct. So there's only one license that we can use if we want to pour our own beer. It would not go to a distributor, and it's the current one, it's the brewer's license. So
and that license is held will be held by that facility, that 33,000 square foot facility.
That has that's the natural
evolution
license that we have already that MLC is waiting on right now. So like if we wanted to, we could open another facility in that Rochester Hills 33,000 square foot facility, but there's no plan for that. There's not, in layman's terms, there's not going to be BFD and Griffin Claw. It's either going to be BFD or Griffin Claw.
Got it.
So we'll still have, like, if it stays BFD, those 51 tap handles, a lot of that hopefully will have some cool experimental stuff on it. The thing that sucks is that the thing that's awesome about BFD is that BFD, I helped open that. I worked for a distributor that helped sell, Bells and Founders into that, and Stone and all these awesome Belgian beers. And I love what BFD stands for. So it was kind of a baby that I helped resurrect 7 years ago, whatever it was.
Does it just stand for beer, food, drinks?
It stands for whatever you want.
Beer for dinner.
Beer for dinner. Oh, that's a good one. Did you hear that before? Or did
No,
you
I
just
think it's on the sign.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Something cheeky. I don't know. Whatever.
Is there still so are you guys still working downtown as well on Campus Martius?
No. So it's Beacon Park.
Okay.
So Lumen is a restaurant owned by the LePage. It's Norm. Norm LePage owns Lumen, which is a restaurant that DTE kind of commissioned. So DTE owns Beacon Park. We have rented out or leased or whatever you want to consider it, that restaurant space for the next 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
Is it really that long of a lease?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I know. It benefits us, but yeah, that was a pretty long lease. They wanted somebody that would take it and run
The
with
issue
it,
is
so.
also if you sell that property, the assessable value goes way up.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas if you just lease indefinitely like that.
No, I'm just saying, wow, we committed to a 40-year lease. Yes, I work for DTE.
I was going to say, speaking of DTE, hello, Nicholas.
Hi, I made it.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
He's,
I haven't been home for more than 10 minutes, and now I'm here.
he arrives just like a DT line guy.
Wow.
He's always late.
Wow, dude, that's pretty fucking low. If you ask me. Yes.
I mean, it's honest.
That's all I'm saying.
At least he didn't call you Comcast.
Comcast is pretty fucking bad, too. You got to wait a week.
That too, yeah. It's like,
No, actually, my mom had to wait over a week for ATT Uvers.
I'm having an issue with
That was bad.
I got rid of you. So.
Did you? Yeah.
I'm gonna have an issue with the Wallside people here shortly.
Uh-oh.
Because they've rescheduled on me 3 times, telling me that they had to do something different.
oh.
So the next time I see a Wallside person, I'm just gonna mug them.
What the hell, man?
I tried to get a fence for like a month and a half, and no one would return my calls.
A fence?
Yeah, a freaking fence.
So you just needed like an auger and some 2x4s and some.
Yeah, but
clippers?
I'm lazy and fat and working beer. I'm not gonna do that.
But I brought some 3 Floyds for us to try. Haven't tried it yet.
I think we have.
I know,
Or
but
go to
I
Griffin.
brought 3 Floyds.
I literally had a 3 Floyd shirt on before I took a
did
shower.
ya?
So
We just came
we
from
appreciate
Indiana.
it.
I showered
Shower.
before you guys. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I had the Thanksgiving gravy coming out of my pores.
The post sweats.
Oh, yeah.
I stayed on program for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Congrats.
I had
Lame.
a tiny little scoop of mashed potatoes and gravy.
Lame.
And a giant plate of ham and deviled eggs.
Lame.
Oh, hey, there. I mean, I like it. I like my meat.
You guys not do turkey?
They did turkey. They didn't cut it very well.
Oh.
Or
I was say, isn't turkey keto?
Turkey is keto. Both ham and turkey are keto. The issue is that like when I got to like it was all dark meat.
I love the dark meat.
So do I.
Dark meat's the best.
I tell you what,
do.
you could probably call my mother. She probably has a like bags
Hey,
filled
Mrs.
with.
K, I know you're watching or listening.
Patty, bring Matt some
Any dark meat you have left, I will come pick it up.
Dark meat on sandwiches like the next 3 days after it is killer. I
That's
love
what.
it.
Can't eat
Walk-
bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
can get
can't
like
eat-
you can get like a lavash roll or some sort of gluten-free wrap. You think? And we're just talking in general.
Imagination. I don't
You know, there's more than just Ken on Thanksgiving.
No, there's not. It's all about the first rule of like keto is the first rule of CrossFit. Every day you have to tell 4 people you're on keto.
Can you stop telling the same 4 people?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I tell the couple thousand people that listen every day or every week, so they all know.
They know.
But hey, I'm down 42 pounds or 48 pounds. So
Keep
fuck
it
you.
going,
Nice
man.
job.
Keep it.
So Kyle, I think it's that time. Which flavor are you most interested in?
So okay, the best feedback we've got back on the flavors is one particular flavor.
Are you gonna give me the mole?
Yeah, that's it.
Damn it, I'm good.
Mole.
And it's funny though because that's the one that like I don't want to say was kind of pushed to the back because it was the one that we did last.
Okay.
So we've always had a variant of Flying Buffalo called Krakatoa, which is
Yep.
The coffee variant, but laid on ghost peppers for like 8 months.
I got a bottle of that just sitting at home right now.
It gets better over time because I don't like generally like extremely spicy beers. I think
gosh.
I hate it.
Oh, that means I'm in for something when I
So
crack open that.
This is okay though. Yeah. It gets better. It dies down the capsaicin. Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
trust
yeah,
anyone
capsaicin.
that has to tell me that it gets better.
This is someone who doesn't like spicy stuff, by the way.
Well,
Ken.
no, like that's anything. Like, I hate this movie. Don't worry, it gets,
gets
better.
better.
It gets
No,
better
The
later
fourth
on.
time.
yeah.
The fourth time you watch it.
The fourth
great.
time.
That's how I know with Napoleon Dynamite.
But it always amazes me every year that like what your preconceived notion of what's going to be killer usually is okay, but then the stuff that you like fodder, we'll do it later. That's the one that wins. Like that's the one people want. I'm down with that. That's cool, but it still blew me away.
Well, I'm curious because obviously there are other breweries that make a lot of variants of a singular beer, and where I'm going with it is probably where you're not thinking I'm going, and that's Dragon's Milk.
Yeah, I was like, wait, nobody's brought up the obvious.
Uh,
Good for us. We've grown up, guys.
So when Dragon's Milk, I don't think a lot of people expected the triple mash to be the number one.
Valid.
Like the number one that everyone wants to have. Like now we had it on the show and we weren't that much crazy over it. The coconut rum is definitely my favorite in regards to what I like, but the triple mash, and they just re-released it or found some old bottle or something at the Knickerbocker, and they launched it today, I think, in regards to a New Holland post that I saw on Facebook.
Which can we say Knickerbocker facility is amazing. It's gorgeous.
Is that the one in the downtown?
And GR. It's
Oh, okay, in GR. So that's not the one that I went to.
No,
oh,
that's
so you
New
went to
York
the one in
Knickerbocker.
Holland?
I went to the one in Holland because there's our brewery right across,
Got it.
right next door. That is that guy, the one who brews over there. I don't know his name, but I went there. I went to both, obviously, but I went to our brewery and he gave me a little tour of the basement brewery that looks like it was probably like a rum runner type place. And the beer there was so solid. They also had my favorite style, which was So Happy. But damn, the Our Brewing beer. If you've never had it, definitely stop by there when you're over there, as well as take a little 10-minute detour to Triple Root over
they're
in
very good.
Zealand.
Yeah, they're very good.
So when I went there, they had 2 of their beers on draft and a bunch of taps. And they're like, oh, yeah, we haven't gotten our system up and running and on full force. So they had a lot of guest taps, a lot of guest bottles. And if you looked at their bottle list, this would be like if you went to a beer collector's cellar and you're like, you're looking and the prices were a little pricey in regards to it. But obviously you got to think it's beer, bar price as opposed to store price.
Right.
So it was just definitely interesting. But when I had them at a recent beer festival, man, was their stuff so good.
Yeah, they're killer. They're solid. They're very solid.
So I'm sorry, I interrupted your
Oh, you're fine.
your thing. So we got the mole. It's a little
Yeah, so what do you want to start with?
the mole, obviously.
You're our guide to this Flying Buffalo tour.
All right. And they're not like cold as hell too, which is great because they should not be.
So well, we have
Do you want me to
some
pour it, or do you-
we have some cooling down in the refrigerator. Or
Well, they definitely open up. They definitely open up when they're not as 32 degrees out.
Were they just sitting in your car? Or were they sitting
No, they were sitting in the fridge for the last couple hours. So.
Okay. So when you're telling someone, you're a sales guy.
Yeah.
So you're going out, you're bringing these beers to people. You're trying to get people to purchase them. You're trying to get people to buy them. What is your go-to to sell Griffin Claw?
So it's funny. So we're ending
Oh shit!
end of the year reviews right now with all my distributors. So it's been an absolutely killer year for Griffin Claw. The best year that I've had since I've been here. And the main focus is we're doing a lot of cool stuff and intricate things at the back end, but as we go, we need to focus on 3 things going forward, and a lot of that's norms and blue sky and seasonal.
The flagships.
Yeah, the flagships. But to not lose focus on these other things that might end up being a flagship in the future. I mean, we're still only 5 years old. We're still very, very small in the scheme of things.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
I feel like you guys have been around for a lot longer than 5
Yeah, we
years.
turned 5 July 18th.
Wow.
All right.
Well, you guys went into brewing with a full distro plan.
Yeah.
You were kind of rogue in that sense.
Yeah,
to where
one of the very few in Michigan, we'll call it, that actually had that sounded like from the very get-go.
So it was weird. We were always put in this category of I don't want to call it like a money brewery, but kind of. I mean, we showed up with these flashy stainless steel fermenters. However, we'd been brewing that same stuff for 10 years in a closet in Big Rock Chop House. So it's not like we went through just trials and tribulations.
Right.
But we were brewing off this small ass system down the road, and then we won some awards, and our ownership's like, I guess you're kind of good at this stuff. Let's put some more money and invest into this. So then we came out the gate hot, and we went with the distribution network that was grasping at straws for some good craft beer, and we just happened to hit at the right time, and it just kind of worked. And then we didn't, for lack of a better term, we didn't know what we were doing. So our directive when we opened 5 years ago was just brew. Everything else will work, just brew. Wow. So we brewed a lot, and we brewed a crap ton, and we brewed everything that we possibly could. And then I came aboard about a little over 3 years ago, and basically said, we need to dull this down. There's too much going on. You're not focused on anything. Let's bring it down. So the last couple of years was basically bringing our production down, but for the good of it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you look at the Brewer's Guide, we were at 15,000 barrels, and then we were at 13, and then we were at 12.9. And the reasoning behind that is because we were brewing too much things and throwing against the wall and hoping that it stuck. That's not the right way
I
to go.
can kind of see where you're going with that one.
So-
I think right when we first started this show, one of the first ones we brought on the show was the Miso Ornery. That was one of the very first ones we brought on the show in those first 3 or 4 episodes.
He's bringing that in 2 weeks, by the way.
Is he? Oh, jeez.
Same label?
No.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that label, but that's a side conversation.
We have a marketing director now.
Okay.
So between the marketing director and I, it's basically I don't want to say we're
Conscious?
we're just not stupid. So a lot of a lot of the stuff that we did at the beginning was not. I don't want to say call it stupid, but we were also pretty young in the game, and
But you were throwing shit at the wall, marketing wise as well, too.
very.
So
But it was.
we
but
didn't
the
know
thing
who
is-
we were.
But the thing is, you with the flashy labels on the bomber bottles, it got people's attention.
It's
the
true.
Miso Ornery label caught my attention. I'm like, well, this is going to be funny to bring on the show, and not knowing what the hell I was going to we were going to get ourselves into with just how big that beer was, from an ABV side. But
So this mole stout is fucking incredible.
yes,
It's velvety and lovely and warm. There's heat to this that you
a little,
catch
not a lot,
only
a
a little bit.
a little bit.
It's chocolate. It's everything I wanted.
So we had 2 beers that I decided to discontinue last year for Flying Buffalo. One was Krakatoa, so the ghost pepper. The other one was vanilla cinnamon. And vanilla cinnamon
CTC?
vanilla cinnamon was really liked in the brewery, but then when it got to distribution, it sat. And it was the one that was the dead duck in the distribution channel. So it was kind of we kind of got some flack internally because I decided to cut it. So we did basically combine the two. So mole has a little vanilla, has a little cinnamon, has a lot of chocolate, has coffee, has the Krakatoa sense of ghost peppers, and has a lot of stuff. It has a lot of things going on. It's pretty complex, but it all comes together in one.
So we, as I was kind of like going into the archives trying to see, so that episode, December 20th, 2015, it was episode number 8.
The
that
miso
beer,
ornery?
The miso ornery.
Holy crap.
Wow.
So, Ken, thoughts on this beer?
Give me 1 second. What do you think?
I like it. I've already
But I
said.
say this is fantastic. This is really good. I mean, especially coming out of Matt, who doesn't like a lot of darker beers to begin with.
I think my palate.
I know your palate's changing.
I got sweet.
Are you getting heat?
No heat at all.
Really. I get a little bit.
I'm
I get
Not
it
a
right in
lot.
the back of your throat.
Yeah,
I got a sore throat coming on heat.
I can't say that for certain, but definitely there's some heat there.
I definitely don't have any heat. Even in like the back
Why don't you fill me up,
backdraft of
Buttercup?
it, I'm tasting all I taste is like sweet, like a chocolate.
Yeah.
I get a s'mores almost.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
Mexican
not really
s'mores.
getting like a marshmallow though. I'm definitely
I
just
think
getting
that's the
just
sweet that
pure.
I'm getting is.
Like, to be honest, this tastes like a cold, like a hot chocolate that like was put in the refrigerator, and now it's just a cold chocolate. But not like a chocolate milk. Like it doesn't have that like a dairy flavor or a lactose flavor. It's just pure. I mean, it's really good.
So my wife did sticky toffee pudding, one of those Gordon Ramsay desserts, a little while ago.
Did he come out of the box and yell at her just because?
No. But she did that, and this is kind of reminding me of that dessert.
Oh, really?
And that dessert, if you actually have it in Hell's Kitchen in Las Vegas, was pretty fucking good.
I'm gonna be honest. This is probably gonna taste more heat if it was probably a little warmer.
Yeah.
I think the chill probably takes it down a little bit in regards to the heat. We do have from the chat, we were talking about him before we went live, but Matt Buscard
He just text me.
talking about to go try Trail Point in Allendale over by Holland, as well as he enjoys the Griffin Claw Tequila Lemon Goza.
Yeah.
Is that something you guys can draft? Like, do you distro it, or is that in-house only?
That was a in-house kind of play tool where we got some tequila barrels, and Dan likes his sours, but we don't do a lot of sours just because of our facility and because of the batch size and all that stuff. But Dan loves it. Dan's been doing sours for a while, so we made a goza, and then we put some yuzu lemons in there and just kind of like let it go for a while and pulled that.
Why do I have a feeling I had this at one of the beer festivals recently?
You had this at a beer festival?
Yeah.
This seems like the exact kind of thing you wouldn't get at a beer festival.
Why? There's no chili.
Oh, I had an Ipsy. Yeah, we pulled it in
Yeah,
Ipsy.
this. Well, first of all, what happens is I show up to these beer festivals and I go say hi to people like Kyle, and he goes, "Here, try this."
My bad influence.
I mean, the world's already fucked. You're just adding to it.
Yeah, I'm just here to make people.
I mean, rising sea levels mean you have more water to make beer with, right?
Oh, 100%. I'm just
So,
trying to take.
Oh, man.
We're,
jeez. I agreed
We're
with you
saving
and
the
immediately
world.
hated it. Yeah.
Oh my god,
So-
I can't.
someone
even-
read some kind of report today.
never mind.
So
I'm just trying to save the world.
this mole. Is there any more of this mole? Because I'd like to top off a little bit.
Go ahead.
That's enough for me to finish.
But say,
So-
go ahead and finish it because we got 7 more.
We're
there.
gonna take a break in a second, but
Let's crack open one more before we take a break.
is there a flavor that you lobbied for that didn't quite make it this year?
So we actually kept back about 20 wooden barrels that I'm going to play with. And one of them was tiramisu.
Oh,
So-
jeez.
So that's what we're doing in the next like 3 to 4 weeks. It was basically I lobbied for we had a plethora of coffee, so I was trying to find a variant that would work with coffee. So tiramisu is one of them, and a White Russian.
The dude abides.
Yes, exactly.
Have you ever thought
so
of
those
just
are
making coffee with all the coffee you have? Or
we have made Great Lakes Coffee Nitro, their actual Nitro cold brew, that is produced to you by Griffin Claw.
I was gonna say that's over at the what's the name of that restaurant in Midtown?
Great Lakes Coffee.
Yeah, is it just Great Lakes Coffee? I thought it was something
They're
else.
killer. No, it's they're killer. Their coffee's amazing too.
Oh, come on, man. What the fuck?
What's that place with the 2 circles as the logo? It's like a Target symbol. Target? Yeah, that one.
Are you done?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite out of the 8-pack? Kyle?
Mine, I really like raspberry chocolate.
I want to go to orange next, and then I want to move to the raspberry just to keep
Orange is controversial.
Really?
No, that's Shorts. Controversial.
Yeah, true. You mean Hangin' Frank?
Hanging Frank.
Oh, what you did there?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hanging Chad?
I tell you what, before I even started this show, that was probably one of my favorite IPAs to go to. The
Controversial Ale. That was. I think you got me introduced to that one. Ken.
They had that. They used to sell that at On the Rocks. They probably still. I don't know if they still make it. Let alone still do.
I don't.
Yeah,
Do they still
it was
make
a big So when I worked for Imperial, it was like one of the big drops that we would have for them. Like it would make my paycheck.
Really? Now, see, I was in tune-ish with the craft beer world at that time. Mind you, I got a lot of my knowledge, not a lot of my knowledge, but I used to go all the time to Zatuna Liquor over in Rochester Hills, just south of M59 on Rochester Road. That was on the way to work when I used to work for the bank over on 59 and Adams. So I would literally hop on 59 at Rochester and get off at 59. So when I'd get off, I'd stop at the Zatuna Liquor, grab some beers, and mind you, like he would always. I wouldn't spend as much as a lot of other people who would go to this place, but
He won't let us.
well, no, like even at that time, like Jack was always very, very talkative in the sense to where he might not shut up until you just be like, "Hey, I gotta go, Jack."
No, you just have to usher somebody else in.
Hey,
And
have
it's
you met?
literally a tag.
Have you met Jack? Yeah. There you go. So what did we crack open again? The orange
It's
one?
orange chocolate. This is the.
I haven't gotten a pour, so we need to.
You just get the can.
Yeah, this is the one we kind of
pretty much.
sat around and so chocolate raspberry was a hit last year. So we wanted to kind of like
for whoever likes it.
go after it a little bit more. So this one smells like Ferrero Rocher, which I can't say. So Ferrero Rocher.
Ferrero Rocher.
But it's not like as heavy in the flavor profile as with orange, which is pretty hard to replicate unless I'm going to do like a straight up squeeze bottle of orange, which I'm not going to do that. So
I get the orange. I don't get it. It's very Christmas candy-ish.
yeah. This is the one that like everyone either like really liked or really didn't.
Now,
So,
do you have like nicknames for these beers, or are you just kind of naming them exactly what they are?
well, we have a nickname for every beer that we make.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That
and
wasn't
a-
like me trying to like lead
No,
you
it's
into
funny.
a-
It's like literally. I could probably say it.
No, someone just got fired for the same thing.
Yeah, no. Oh, we're not racist. We're fine. We're not racist. But like we call Flying Buffalo front butt. So
front butt.
yeah.
How do you just
FB?
the FB?
FB.
I mean, I figured that, but
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was more than just FB, or
No,
did somebody
there's-
like
'cause
look
there's
at a wall
so many
that says
symbols.
FB
Just so many
2018, and it just
Well,
says
there's always like initials for things. So MBS, Mr. Blue Skies, Mr. Butt Stuff. So it's like there's always it's funny.
I see a theme here.
Yeah, I know, right? Our working environment has changed
Space
so much in the
Force.
last 3 years too. Yeah, I know. In the last 3 years, is that so we're all like a big family and we all just joke all day. It's like caged animals. So we have to.
I'm sure you have a great HR department.
I'm HR. So so yeah,
Hopefully, you pay them well.
and I don't know.
All right. Well, we are going to line up a little bit of a 10-minute break, and when we come back, we will tell you what we think of the orange with the Better on Draft podcast. And we are back, Better on Draft podcast, episode 155, still in studio with us, Kyle from Griffin Claw Brewing, and we tried the orange. Definitely an interesting flavor. It's there.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I was gonna
Tastes
say I
like
don't hate it, but I wouldn't spend the $8 on a
It's
can.
a distinct crowd. So
It tastes like the kitschy Christmas candy grandma would get when I was like 5 or 6.
correct. Get it while you can because it's not coming back next year.
Spoilers.
So this might be a whale in like 10 to 15
Yeah, I'd
years.
say it's like vanilla cinnamon last year. It's probably not coming back next year.
vanilla cinnamon.
What about orange cinnamon? What about orange cinnamon? You should have done that.
No, that sounds god awful.
Orange cinnamon.
Terrible, dude.
Like those, that's like saying like I want to put ketchup on.
I just imagine you
Like-
peeling an orange and then literally like throwing cinnamon on it and then eating it, which is
What about this?
What?
I mean, DACB, shout out DACB and all the people that listen to us. They're doing a fundraiser right now.
Yeah.
They are.
So what if to the highest bidder, they could name one of the Flying Buffalo concepts?
we have we have a package on there, and it's a package. It's a case of Flying Buffalo and random variants, and then it's a brewery tour and then beers with me. So bid on it. I'm all about it.
I tell you what, I think DACB might do better if they did like this little raffle thing, and then with all the big stuff that breweries do, a silent auction
I can see that. Yeah.
would probably do a little bit better. I might have to go talk to Alex about. Hey, here's an
I just
idea.
like the fact that they're doing Toys for Tots. I think that's an absolutely killer thing.
Well, so they're not doing they're not buying the toys this year. They're just donating to Toys for Tots, as opposed to just donating the toys like they did last year. Because it was fun to see the video of the guy literally just take his arm on a shelf and literally pour the shelf into the cart. A lot of fun, but
There's no more Toys R Us around to do that.
you're gonna go Target.
I mean, I guess
Walmart.
that's true. I didn't even think about that before you said
How much
that.
Amazon can you do? Like, can you go to like Kroger and say, "Hey, I'd like a Visa gift card. I'd like 17 $500 Visa gift cards."
So they do a great job. We actually are starting to build our lot, the Better on Draft lot. I started with I got a signed copy of Detroit Beer from Steven Johnson. I've got a 2015 and 2016 bourbon barrel aged Plead the Fifth.
Good beer.
And a 1963 bottle of Stroh's.
Classy. AF.
So very well aged. I don't know how how it'll taste aged about 55 years.
Who cares what it tastes like? It's a part of history.
But
No,
it's
you
more
don't-
for the collectible than anything. But it's unopened, so I mean you can drink it if you want.
You know what the humor of that can's going to be? Remember
it's
when
a
you were
bottle.
like 15 or 16, you found your parents' liquor stash? Like, someone who buys it now, their kids may find this 100-year-old can.
What is this?
At like 10 to 15, and it'll traumatize them so hard.
They won't drink. I mean,
Get
that's
it-
fine.
And this
Scare
podcast will
them
be solely
stupid.
responsible for that.
Did you like the first beer you ever had, Matt?
No, but I was also
any age, but the first beer you ever had. What was it, and did you like it?
it would have been a Michelob.
Okay.
I don't think I liked it, but I didn't know how to drink beer when I was drinking beer
Okay.
because I was taught don't inhale when you're drinking your macro lagers. Just drink, and then because I would be drinking, I don't know, I was drinking in places where some people don't drink, so I was drinking like Heineken out of 22s when they were stubbies. So that doesn't taste good, however old you are. So
I'm Dutch. I think that's rude.
What about you, Nick? Like, what was the first beer you ever had?
Are we-
Not even.
beer or alcoholic drink.
We'll start with beer.
Beer, Labatt Blue.
Like, how old were you? Like, were you trying to sneak it from
No, I think
from
I think-
Tony's stash in the basement?
No, because he wasn't.
Gets cold down there.
I know, right? He wasn't a big beer drinker at all. Like he was like a Bloody Mary kind of guy.
That's true.
So I think it was like one of the nights that we had like a random Smash Brothers night, like between like some of our mutual friends.
Oh, yeah.
And I think on top of the
Hold on, time out. Matt's laughing. Were you not
Yeah.
10 or 11 years old and people would come over to play N64 Smash Brothers?
first of all, I think Smash Brothers is the most overrated game in human history. My friends would come over. We would play Mario Kart 64, Perfect Dark, or GoldenEye.
That's a one. I'm gonna say Perfect Dark's a one-player game, so it had to been Gold.
No, Perfect Dark is also a multiplayer game.
you sure?
It's the exact same thing as.
GoldenEye,
Wait except it has the laptop
They're both
gun.
fantastic games, but nothing comes across the GoldenEye multiplayer.
They have the exact
End
same
of discussion.
They have the exact same
Anyways.
level.
So, Nick, as a
Anyways,
kid,
as a-
Labatt.
Yeah, we played an N64 and Labatt Blue. I think it randomly showed up mixed in with the Smirnoff Triple Blacks that I was having at my young age.
So you were planning on drinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
I
you
think
weren't
the first,
sneaking or
no,
anything
no,
like that.
no. I think my parents knew what I was doing.
Oh, please. Everybody's parents knew.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say too much. My
but
parents had no
yeah,
idea.
but your
the
parents
shit
probably
that
didn't
I
have a
did.
fucking clue.
See what happened, Patty?
My parents learned in the last couple of years that how many people were at my New Year's
Oh
parties.
yeah. Oh yeah. They just now found out.
Oh, yeah. I used to have like 65,
I
70
know you had
people
that
at my
many,
New
but
Year's
you're telling me
Dear
that
God.
that Ken Senior and Patty
I had a nice,
did
like,
not know until 2018 that you had 70 to 80 people. At the
I used
house
to
on
live
New
in a
Year's.
4-bedroom place in Troy with a full 2-car garage, basement. Like the living room, kitchen, dining room, and family room were all separated.
Phil Mickelson beat Tiger Woods.
That's not surprising.
That actually kind of surprises me.
What about
but
you,
anyway.
Kyle? Like, what was the first beer you ever had? Like the first taste of beer. Not even necessarily beer you ever had, but
It was gross. It was a Busch Light,
Oh, don't you dare!
Busch Light in a Mountain Dew bottle.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
that's your own fault.
there's got to be a story.
Is
there.
that kind of like the Detroit beer experiment?
I don't know. I mean, I was 14 years old. My dad, deer camp, and they always had beer on
He is
tap.
from Saginaw.
I am
so
from Saginaw. So
This explains, a lot of backstory for everybody.
100%. All that just made sense in 2 seconds. And I was a bunch of other kids that were like 15 and 16 years old, and we were sneaking the draft beer,
Yeah.
but we didn't know what to put it in, so we just put it in Mountain Dew bottles. And I drank like 3 of those, and then proceeded to puke my brains out the next morning. So that was Kyle's first beer at 14.
If you go to like First Beverage, I would sit on my grandfather's knee and put my pinky into his Christian Brothers shot after breakfast or after brunch. 11 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Or would do it in the 4-pack wine coolers that you have
Bartles
seen.
and James or whatever they were.
Yeah, the old Seagram's ones.
Oh, okay.
That you still see in the same shelf at the same liquor store from 25 years ago.
Age for perfection, man.
That had the little ribbon wrapper on top.
Like foil wrappers.
Yeah. What about you, Ken? What was your first snippet of Liquid Paradise?
So in regards to beer, because obviously, like I know the Christian Brothers. So for me, in regards to,
I think that's the German Polish. Right?
So for me, it wasn't Christian Brothers. It was I
Schlimovitz
remember
or something?
No. So I remember I was the youngest, literally in my entire both sides of the family. I am the baby.
Me too.
Like I am so young, and like every cousin of mine, mind you, in regards to first cousins, the nearest first cousin is still like 3 or 4 years older than me.
26 years older than
There's
me.
none younger than me, and there are some that are like 15, 20 years older than me. So in regards to, cousins, like I always just had older cousins, so I was always the hang around,
Right.
like the one that the parents would always say, "Hey, watch out for Kenny." Make sure
take
he's
Kenny with
fine.
you.
Yeah, take Kenny with you. So when I would go to Frankenmuth every year, we used to go for New Year's. And back when I was probably 11, 12, because first of all, I distinctly remember watching the South Park Christmas Marathon. That's how
Okay.
long ago it was.
That
But-
came out in 3rd grade.
yeah.
So
my family would bring liquor because obviously I didn't want to pay for hotel liquor and stuff because we'd stay at the hotel. And so I would make legit 7 and 7s at 12 years old.
for your parents?
No, for me.
Oh, okay.
So I'd be walking around
Patty.
drinking 7
You
and
told that
7s.
crap.
Actually, I don't think I've ever said this story to them. So
Patty just
that
scored to
was-
like 42.58.
That was my first like true liquor, because the thing is that you could get away with pouring out liquor because they never noticed the liquor missing just because they were drinking so much,
Right.
but they would notice empty bottles somewhere, or missing bottles somewhere.
Or they would why is the Coke gone already?
So no, 2 liters, bro.
Coca-Cola, not cocaine.
Oh,
2 liters.
For our South American listeners.
So when I was even younger, though, the first time I ever had a beer, I still remember I was 6 years old. I opened up the cooler of soda, grabbed a red can, thinking it was Coca-Cola, and it was Budweiser.
got it.
Wow.
And I went, drank it, spit it out, and made the weirdest noise to where everyone, because it was a family reunion, looked at me, and they see 6-year-old Kenny Jr.
Drinking a
with a
Bud.
giant Budweiser. My mother's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I thought it was Coca-Cola. And
Is that when you lit the candy cigarette, realizing it wasn't an actual candy cigarette?
No,
too?
this
You
was
tell that teaching lady.
oh my God. 100% on accident. She goes, go give that to your grandfather and go grab a Coke.
So after those fun stories, Kyle, let's do the raspberry. Is there
chocolate?
lemon in there as well?
What? No, raspberry and chocolate.
Raspberry chocolate.
Now, are these still for sale? The 8-packs?
Well,
Oh, Apex? No.
Okay.
It was the day of.
It was just the day of? Okay.
It's kind of our way of saying, well,
we
we're
just
doing
came from the brewery.
we're doing 4-packs, but we don't. If you want to try all of them, you don't have to buy a 4-pack.
Oh,
You can.
Okay.
I gave 3 cups for all of us.
It's confused. It's been
I mean, that's fair.
Flying Buffalo Day, so
Yeah.
That's fair. Good thing we can all Uber home.
Wow.
So, when did Flying Buffalo hit shelves?
so we started November 3rd internally, and then it started hitting shelves actually this week.
And what kind of reception have you been getting?
Very, very good, to be honest. But I mean, with anything, you got to take some things with a grain of salt. But for the most part, it's sold out. We've had the best selling day in the history of Griffin Claw that day.
Do you hold for a day like Oberon has? We'll give this to you, but you can't sell it till then. Just like
No, I'm not saying anything against our distributors. I just don't want it out. So we
I don't
released.
trust them either.
You work for them.
I know they are.
We sold it on a Saturday.
Just shoots.
We released it Saturday, and then I didn't send it. I didn't start sending it to distribution until Wednesday and Friday of that following week. So I gave myself 3 or 4 days internal and distribution, and just started going out. But we sold so much on the day of that I had to cut distribution pretty heavily.
Okay, this is amazing.
Yeah, the raspberry.
Super fruity, which I mean, I'm kind of a slut for fruit beers. It's kind of like if you put a fried egg on my sandwich, I'll like it regardless of what else. It could be nails and
Oh, wow. It's good.
and whatever. The thing about this raspberry though is it comes through the rest of the beer.
Right.
It seems like the mole, especially, well, the mole and I guess the orange to a different extent, they blend with the beer.
Mm-hmm.
The raspberry flavor comes out of the beer. So
Yes.
it's not just
It's
heavy on heavy. This is
It's not like where you're getting heavy raspberry with not a lot of the bourbon barrel.
it's like a curveball.
Yeah.
Like you're getting some of it and then it finished with raspberry and you're like, oh, that's a nice, pleasant little surprise there to clean the palate.
Yeah, I think actually it goes nice all the way through, personally.
So we actually added a little more raspberry towards the end of it too, because we tried it. This was supposed to be like one of the first 2 or 3 that we packaged.
Wow.
And it was pretty light on the raspberry, so we ended up laying it on raspberry for a little bit more, and finished it probably. It was raspberry and then mole and then original. So it was the third to last beer that we made. So
Now, are these all the are these
These.
are these all the same ABV or I mean
Yep.
they're all 12 percenters, right?
yeah, because
We
so
want to die tonight.
100%. Well, except for I lied. Except for
The wheat one?
Oblivious is 10.
Oh,
So
I thought that would have been like the 16 to 18.
no, so the last Oblivious that we did was a 2-year-old aged wheat wine in coffee barrels. This is back to true form, so it's 10%.
So is there, I know we talked earlier about GABF, is there a segment of GABF where these would be welcomed or that they could be entered for?
So I mean, Oblivious is a World Beer Cup winning. So this won World Beer Cup this year in silver, or in silver. Okay,
In
Now I'm
2014.
drinking. No, no.
Does it not say 2014 on it or is that just
Nope.
that we won the 2014 thing? Yeah, I think it does. Or maybe I just can't read either.
18. It says 18.
So Matt can't read.
I started second guessing myself. I was like, oh God, we made the labels. I proved it. No. It won in the spring in Nashville, and that was quite of an experience.
So you make the labels. We talked off air about all the things you do.
Mm-hmm.
What's been your relationship with TTB and the licensing and all that stuff? Have you had any kickbacks or any,
More
how do we
C&Ds.
overcome these? Well, I
No.
mean, we'll get to C&Ds next because, I mean,
So the cool thing is that when I came on board 3 years ago, the ownership was basically like, hey, we have a lot of room to grow. We kind of have faith in you. go. I say kind of because they really didn't know who I was at the point.
I know I called you and asked you for a job, and you said no.
I remember where I was. I remember exactly where I was.
I remember where I was. I was in the 7-Eleven at 12 in Grossback's parking lot.
Yeah,
saying,
I was,
get me out of this hellhole. I just did a reset over fucking 4 Loco 6-pack, over 24 ounces.
I was in Taylor getting gas. I remember that
Four
specifically.
locos. Are they 24 locos?
Oh, 24/7.
Can you mute your own
No,
self?
but I did.
I muted you last week, and you threatened to kill me. So
you didn't
can you
mute me
mute
last
yourself?
week. You didn't have control. I didn't even have control.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I muted you.
There's something called a 9 loco, which is a
Why?
5-hour energy dropped
Oh my
into
God.
a 4 loco.
Oh,
If you ever want to have a heart attack, let's go.
Isn't that like basically original 4 Loco then?
Yeah, I mean,
So, I mean,
I
it's-
guess.
Yeah.
Do you remember Sparks? Oh, I mean, we remember
Yeah,
Sparks.
I mean, I worked at a bud distributor, so we had juice.
Juice? JOOS.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
is there more of this raspberry stuff,
Yes.
or am I going to just start buck the trend?
No, but thankfully the ownership was basically like go. So I've been doing a lot more things than I probably should, just because we need to. So I'm production management, packaging management, and then sales director. Just because it needs to be, but you wear multiple hats because you love what you
Plus,
do.
you have really good fashionable hats.
These are brand new. You can go buy them on retail at griffinclaw.com.
Did you bring some?
No. Damn it. Because I'm cheap. Sorry.
Because I'm cheap.
'Cause I'm cheap. No, it's been a cool ride. They basically said, "Hey, go," and I went. So it is what it is right now, and we've been able to hire some really, really cool people now, and we have a CFO, we have 3 awesome market managers, we have a great marketing director that just started, and then I'm hiring 2 more people in January. So
Have you ever looked at your untapped ratings before?
yes, every day.
Really?
Yeah.
oh, really?
I
Should I? No.
no,
But
you
yes.
shouldn't.
But yes,
even
I do it
even
every-
I know that.
But yes, I do every day.
I'm looking at your untapped ratings, which is hysterical because somebody rated your raspberry 3 out of 5 and said just delicious, and I'm like, what the fuck more do
I
you
know.
want?
My favorite thing is 2 out of 5. I don't like red ales. Then why are you drinking Rojo, bitch? Like seriously.
Damn.
Like I understand. I don't think everyone's gonna like my beer.
This was Pod Save America. That would be the name of this title. Is why you drinking Rojo, bitch?
It still could be. We can cut episode EP 155 and just call it Better on Draft Dash. Why you drinking Rojo, bitch?
Yeah, but then it sounds like we're slamming Griffin Claw. Like,
I would like.
why
it.
are
It's
you
fine.
drinking this?
So like this beer, so Spice Strong Ale. Someone rated it like 2.5 stars, and he said, "I just don't like spice beers."
But then again, why
It says
drink
spiced in the name. Like I understand that not everyone's gonna think my beer is a 5 out of 5.
Sure.
I don't think all my beer is 5 out of 5.
I don't think your beer is 5 out of 5.
I don't know. We're not perfect. Like if I became perfect, hey.
I mean, I think the Moet is a 5 out of 5. That's just me.
Yeah, this
I-
raspberry is like a good 4.5 to 4.9.
Yeah, but we're not. But yeah,
But if you don't like the style, don't drink it and don't rate it. If you don't like
yeah.
the style and you drink it, don't rate it.
I think at that point, it's where people are gonna just try and boost up their untapped unique.
I'm fine with that. Just
tag
don't
account,
rate
you
it.
know?
Dear
This
God.
is where I'm just gonna bust in and say this is the official Better on Draft rating system, and you should all use it.
I've never once untapped a beer.
I know you haven't, but we do. So if you don't like it, don't rate it.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
If you want to try it again, rate it a 3 out of 5 and say, hey, you know what? I want to try this again later.
Yeah,
Maybe you're-
Ken, I've actually started taking your advice and stared doing that.
I feel like
so-
that like by the time we get to the 8th one here, those would be 3s because I'm like,
And if you
I mean,
really
well-
don't like, if you really like it and it's a popular beer,
Yeah.
half bottle cap,
half star.
just so you can realize what people deal with on a regular basis when
Yeah.
that's their job.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that Great Lakes coffee one's is probably really. It's always
Well,
been
that's
pretty
so.
good.
I saw
I think
someone
we can
wrote,
have that last.
I
and
saw
it'll be
someone
okay.
rate the Flying Buffalo coffee 2 1/4.
What?
And I'm like, damn. And then he rated your brown ale that you have in draft at the brewery 4.5. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
whoa,
Birmingham Brown's not that good.
Whoa,
Wow.
that's like internal blasphemy.
that is, yeah.
I'm
4
going to tell you, I'm going to be honest about our beer. It's fine. It's great beer, but not that.
Yeah, but
great.
that's the whole point of the show. And there's a lot of people in regards to when we did our survey recently. when we rate a beer, we talk about a beer, every beer you should try, period.
Yes.
We're never going to tell you not to try a beer. We're never going to tell you, hey, we don't like it. Or we each have our own palates. We each like our own specific beers.
Yep.
But in the end, you should, if something sounds good, try it. Because you may like it. My palate is so different than what Matt's is for sure, because Matt can tolerate Busch Light.
I can swim in Busch Light.
I know you can.
Girl, me too.
But it's because we got an advanced degree at Central Michigan University.
Fire
you,
out.
you get an acceptance letter on a 30-pack of Busch
Our
Light.
football team's 1-11 this year, so
And then
Who did they beat?
Maine.
Yeah, that is
Wait,
true.
I didn't even know they even had a.
They
they don't.
really don't. They could have beaten Wayne State.
No, they couldn't have. Joik Bell would have come back and kill them. I don't know.
He could have been like, I don't know. I have nothing. I'm sorry.
No,
Was
Central's
Joik
pretty
Bell
bad,
on that
so.
playoff team that went far into the playoffs?
No.
No?
The
It was
Wayne
near the
State.
same- yeah, Wayne State.
He might have.
Yeah, it was
I think
near
it was
the
way
same
too long
time.
ago.
Yeah, I think he was.
No,
he was named.
it was like 6 or 7 years
Yeah,
ago.
I was still in school. I was about to
Hey,
finish up. My
I'll take
degree.
Joik Bell all day over LeGarrette Blunt.
Oh hell yeah!
LeGarrette Blunt's a horrible.
So I know
we
Choice Daniel's going to be available at the Chase Daniels.
Hey, he just won a huge contract played in the Lions.
yeah.
Just like Matt Flynn. So
I was
it's
gonna.
fine.
That was the first thing I told friends in regards to today.
Well,
I'm like, it's going to be another repeat of Matt.
Oh,
Flynn.
No, so
100%.
it's funny. I heard two stats. He's made 2 starts. Not fun. He's thrown 78 passes and made $34 million. That means he's made $500,000 per pass he's thrown.
Damn.
How much of a golden arm can you be? And I thought Kyle Orton Neckbeard
No neckbeard. Yes.
had a life. Chase Daniel has just
The life.
Well,
Chase Daniel was a backup to Drew
Drew,
Brees for a
yeah.
minute.
so was Chase Daniel. Or you
Or Chase Daniel, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Luke McCown, I think, were the 2 big backups for
but-
Drew Brees.
But say my personal favorite is local Jim Sorgi because he backed up
Frazier.
Peyton, yep, Frazier
Frazier
High, Frazier High, Michigan.
And he went to Wisconsin where you don't have to throw the football.
Yeah, there
And they
you
still
go.
don't throw the football
Yeah.
there. God, is there a worse quarterback in the NCAA than Alex Hornibrook?
Horny, bro.
Who does he play for?
Wisconsin.
He plays for
Come on,
Wisconsin.
Yeah,
stick.
I don't
like
watch much college. I watch
It's
a lot
like
of
6
professional.
interceptions against Michigan in the last 2
Yeah,
years.
we walked. Didn't we watch the end of that game at the?
Oh yeah,
Jimmy
yeah.
John's kid?
After the Utica Beer Fest, yeah. Oh god, yeah, he was pretty fucking bad. Never mind.
He was 2 for like 20.
I digress. I take that back.
So speaking of, real quick, because I want to do a plug for a former sponsor of Better on Draft.
Oh,
3 Nick Scoreboard over in Allen Park, Michigan, is doing their double or their back-to-back vertical Bourbon County.
oh yes.
It's $20 for 2 10-ounce pours, 2018 and 2017.
Yes.
And you have 7 days to turn in your ticket. Therefore, at any time through a 7-day period, you can show up to 3 Nick Scoreboard, say, I want my 2 pours, and get it. So you don't have to wait in line. You don't have to chase trucks.
And 75 is now open 1 lane southbound.
And
so
75 is now open 1 lane southbound. You can get there, and it is
We just had an event there Wednesday. So
Oh, did you?
yeah.
Griffin Claw just had an event there Wednesday. But what's great about that is that there's only 5 tickets left.
That's killer.
Shit.
That's great.
So they're almost sold out. They sell out every year.
If you can get a ticket, go on a Sunday, watch a Lions
Yep,
game.
that's we will be there on the Sunday for the Lions
You
game.
go there on a Sunday, watch a Lions game, get food because the food at 3 Nicks is awesome.
yeah, it's
Remember when the
sneaky
burger
good.
and fries would drop $1 every time I'd play it?
Yeah, I did have to call you out. It was like it started at $7.99 and they ended up at like $4.99, and I'm sure that's probably why they ended our actual full-time sponsorship with you.
And they have more
With
than
us.
just the BCBS there as well. They got
They have a
tons.
ridiculous
They got
draft.
It's probably
great
one of the best
selection.
places downriver until you get to like World of Beers, and
Wyandotte.
Mind up.
which don't ever go past.
I was gonna
Like,
say I'd rather go to 3 Nicks as opposed to World of Beers.
honestly, if you're south of Fort Street, I don't know what your life is doing. Just don't.
Getting to Toledo.
No, like there should be a bridge from like Gibraltar, or like basically exit like 38 just straight into Ohio.
Robillard, if you're listening, our rep, he lives in Rockford. So what's up?
Where does he live?
And I don't even know where Rockford is.
Romulus?
No, Rockford.
Rockford's on the
Grand
west side
Rapids.
of the state.
No, there is one. Is it Rockwood?
Rockwood.
Rockwood. Yeah.
Rockwood.
I don't even know where
That's
you live,
my
Mike.
stop. That's my if I'm ever driving, there's a speedway at that stop, so I always stop at Rockwood.
is that Is that the right before Luna Pier?
No, this is like 20 miles north of Luna Pier. Luna Pier is exit 6. Rockwood's near like high 20s.
Gibraltar's
early
at
30s.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's right about the. Yeah, there's no reason.
Don't ask me. I have no clue.
There's no reason to be there, ever. Like that part of Michigan.
That's why we hired somebody down there, so I can.
You know, we could have said, hey, we'll give you downriver and Toledo. Give us a little bit more of Wisconsin.
So
Maybe we'll take some Canada.
we just poured the next one. This is the fourth.
It's the original.
This is the original Flying Buffalo. This is
Figured.
what kicked
Better
it all
time
off.
than now to do the,
Is this-
the actual original.
Is this the not the Great Lakes? This is the.
Nope.
This is
No
the
coffee.
plain
Straight
Jane
up.
Flying Buffalo.
Straight up Russian Imperial Style aged bourbon barrels.
Matt, you're the first one to take a sip.
Boozy,
I'm busy checking it in.
thin,
Boozy,
Good.
thin,
God,
good.
don't say that.
meh. I'll be honest.
Well, after you tried all the other stuff, boom, hey.
I mean, I've said it on this show a couple of times. Flying Buffalo is my BCBS
Yeah.
chase. You
Well,
can't-
now we just brought it to you.
Yeah, I know. And I don't have to chase anymore. That's which is fantastic.
Welcome to Better
Was,
I
Island.
know,
was
right?
was the timed release of Flying Buffalo, has it always been this time of year?
Yeah.
Or okay, so
100%. First week of November every year.
That's perfect. Time.
Which, so now everything else is like falling in that. So CBS was released the day before Flying Buffalo.
no, we don't talk about non-craft beers here.
Got it. But it pissed me off because we've done this. Well, now it's 7 years in a row because it was Big Rock before us. Always the first week of November. And now, so that happened the day before, and then what happened the day after?
BCBS.
Well, obviously
No.
you drank enough Griffin Claw to where
I don't know. It was a great day,
the
so it didn't
day
even matter. It didn't matter. But
But at least you didn't lie to your customers and say it's only coming out once every 6 years, and then drop it twice in the same year.
right.
it's funny. So
wow.
I mean, am I wrong?
so you know how like Facebook does your memories.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
So-
been deleting them for so long.
So
the
a
old
couple
time.
days ago, it announced that I had CBS 7 years ago, whatever it was, 6 years ago.
Still have yet to.
I deleted I delete a lot of my older ones because I'm like, man, what the hell was I thinking back at that day or time? But I also have like, so if you didn't know and you're on your memories, you can block certain time frames from showing up even too.
really? Oh,
really?
So you could block years, you could block. So
There's a
I
lot of
block out
phases of
specific
Kyle that I
days?
like
there,
to
there's
phase
there,
out.
there's about 4 years that I blocked out of Facebook posts that I'm like, I don't want to listen to
about
these posts. So
No, actually, I'm going through and like daily deleting or
Oh, yeah,
untagging
yeah,
myself.
those
that way,
too.
like next year, it'll be like 2019 will be so much better than 2018.
You only have one memory.
You have no, it's more like the 2 to 3 year version of the same day.
well, it's weird because I've had Facebook since 2004 or early 2005,
Yeah,
and
when it first
I was
came
like,
out.
oh, 13
I did the whole
years ago,
deletion
and I'm
right
like,
after college because you could. So for like 2 years, I didn't have Facebook, which meh. But I'm sure it saved me years of aggravation.
I'm going to be honest, and we kind of talked about it off air a little bit, but I've definitely taken myself off of a lot of toxic groups that are
Yeah.
on Facebook. That
You guys
are
remember
just not?
the college Facebook?
Oh yeah, that's
'Cause
what I
there was
had.
two
Yes.
Facebooks.
Yeah, because you had to have a college. Like I remember like getting updates on what
You-
colleges were accepted.
Well, no, because I mean, you and I went to
Well, you
Central.
had college
were you
Facebook, and then you had
08?
high school.
I graduated
Facebook.
08, yeah.
So Kyle and I went to Central the same day.
Jesus Christ.
So Central Michigan, for some
08.
reason, was one of the first like 13
Yeah.
schools on Facebook, or what was known then.
It's probably
was
because they thought
the
of
Facebook.
Facebook.
Carnegie, like Mellon. They probably thought
or
we were
Case
like,
Western.
Yeah, something not.
So-
Case
us.
Western University.
So-
Case Western Reserve University.
So we had both the Facebook and the college Facebook, which just was basically like the LimeWire to the Napster.
viruses. Just
Yeah.
viruses.
Oh my gosh.
But that was great. Freshman year with the Facebook, I think that was like the best of two Venn diagrams coming
Because
together.
we just like compete against my roommates about how many friends I could get, and they were just people I didn't know, and like at all. I was
Plus
like, I
you
just
could-
got some.
you could
Michelle, she's my new friend. Like, I don't know who
you
she
could
is.
like choose like by dorm who you
yeah.
could pick, and like by dorm and dorm number. Like I lived in Trout 101, so I could either click Trout or Trout 105 and know everybody who lived in there and like friend them all.
I remember like beeping people on my Nextel. Like,
Yes.
hey, Northwood just got it. You need to fucking join Facebook right now.
And then Fat
need
Joe was like,
friends.
"Where you at, son?"
Oh, girl. You're bringing me back to the days when I used to work for Singular. I used to sell those cell phones.
We had so like the first couple of years at Fabiano, we would have them. And that's like that noise that would still like haunts my memories because it'd always be my boss.
Well, that's so what we used to sell, and it was those V60 construction phones.
Like the
And
bricks.
the yellow and black ones that
Bricks.
literally you could toss across the yard. And
The
it
military
would-
grades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason they were made, but people were buying them because they had the click to
push to talk.
Yeah, not
Click
push to
push
talk.
to talk.
Well, push to talk is different. Push to talk is
You would hit the
this
stop
is like-
button and then you hit the side button and go, holla at your boy. And then you would
you
alert
would-
them first. Because if you
never
didn't
said
alert
holla
them
at
and
your
just
boy.
yelled at them, they might kill you. But you would alert,
my gosh.
get the bleep bleep, and then you let them know I'm about to hit you up.
Like that, like the Nextel sounds.
That is
Yeah,
nice.
that's the next.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking. Oh my gosh, man,
that.
we're bringing back
We should-
trauma because I used to sell
hate it.
beepers.
To be honest,
Hate it.
we
So
should.
beepers.
I think Nextel. I think that would be better than these damn smartphones. What if you just like got your little beep from your Nextel? Like, all right, Kyle's beeping at me. I'm gonna call Kyle and see what he wants.
I had
Who
a
calls people these days?
yeah.
In
No.
this business, yeah.
When I'm angry. That's all.
What the hell, man? You didn't go here.
when I don't want written evidence.
yeah, exactly.
But I say I had a
Exactly.
pager about. I gave up my pager about a year and a half ago. My work pager.
You had a pager.
Okay,
in
so
I had a
2016?
work
it's a
pager, yeah.
work pager.
I would get like outage notifications.
What kind of job do you do? Drugs?
He works for DTE.
So yeah, drugs, poly
Got it.
drugs,
No, I'm an
energy
engineer.
drug.
energy drugs, electric drugs.
Got it.
So
Wow, this show has devolved.
it's not devolved. It's
We
definitely
stepped down
been-
a couple steps.
Not
from,
at all. This has definitely been a very, very fun show.
Yes.
Let's kind of reset. I think the final segment we're going to be finishing off the rest of the Flying Buffaloes. We're
and
going to kind of
get
go
drunk
through
and
them.
And we have a
Ubers
game.
ready to
Oh
go.
shoot! Maybe segment 4.
I guess
have a
we
game.
ain't bringing out that 3 floors.
Unless you have a game that you've made just for Kyle here.
No, we have a game that's perfect for the actual end of the conversation we just had. It'll flow perfectly.
All right. So we are going to be right back with the Better on Draft podcast. And we are back, Better on Draft podcast, episode 155. Still in studio, Kyle VanDeVenter, Griffin Claw. You can find them over in Birmingham as well as their production facility, which is going up in Rochester Hills. If you're familiar with the area, the former East Side Marios. I used to know you're all still muted. Sorry. There we go.
Just south of Adams, right? Is that the right?
Crooks.
Crooks and 59.
Yeah, just south
What's
of
that street?
50
Hamlin.
Hamlin, just south of Hamlin.
Yes.
on
Yes.
Crooks.
Yes.
That East Side Mario sign is still there.
Oh, I know. It's like we don't want to give up. You know,
Sure.
we don't want to give up the faith of that
You know
great
what?
Canadian Italian franchise. So.
But those wings were really good.
dude, their food was good. Legit, like I didn't mind it. So
We used to go to their food all.
My
or
my
eat their
boss
food
was
all
like,
the
"You have to
time.
have the wings there." I'm like, "I don't. You don't need the marker yet.
You
I'll
sure?
give you.
Okay.
I'll distribute
All
markers
right,
when
fine.
necessary."
So with segment 3, because we didn't even bother with segment 2, we're still drinking the Flying
We're
Buffalo
still
telling
going on the
stories.
Flying
We didn't even
Buffalo.
go over any news or anything like that. That's just fine. Segment 3, as always, with Matt Bush is 5 questions, but apparently this time it is
It's
Jeopardy.
topical Jeopardy.
Topical Jeopardy.
Topical Jeopardy. So there is a theme to this Jeopardy. As you see, there's rock, pop, and hip hop. So do you want to guess what the theme might be?
So The Rock is all wrestling questions about WWE. Pop is all about Pops for Italian restaurant over in Ferndale.
Their
And
gnocchi is
hip
so
hop
good.
is about Hip Hop Anonymous.
Bunnies, right?
They
hipping that up.
I was thinking Hip Hop Anonymous, which is questions about the movie The Waterboy.
No, that would be Big Daddy. Thanks,
Big Daddy.
Rob,
Damn
it.
I agreed with you though. I was like, yes, you're
All
right.
right. So we obviously have music trivia,
Yes.
but to make it best, what we have is one-hit wonder music trivia.
All right.
Today being
Ooh.
Black
Gosh.
Friday, one hits. You know, a lot of these breweries have the one hits and they release today, so it's going to be one-hit wonders. So we have rock songs, pop songs, and hip hop songs. They were all within our range of life. Most of them are in the 90s.
So like 1950s.
No, it's the oldest song is 1985,
Oh, okay, that's
All
fine.
right. That's
but
not terrible.
they're mostly like turn of the millennia. songs.
All right.
So everybody's, when you think back to 13, 14-year-old you. So I'm going to put a number between 1 and 4 under the table. Whoever, I want each of you.
3.
It was 2.
Got him.
So Nick, we have between rock, pop, and hip hop.
All right.
You're going to need to keep your own score.
Yeah, you gotta write it down.
Don't give me
Actually,
anything to write with.
you can keep score. I'll get you another piece of paper
Okay,
later.
all right, I'll keep score.
Keep score on this
We
one.
got myself.
Keep score on that one.
All right, you got Ken, Kyle, and myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So KK
KK
and
and
I
KK.
was like, oh god.
Nanook.
KYKE
Okay.
and I.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you.
Kaikani.
I'm going to tell you
All right.
the song title.
Song title.
You have to tell me who is
do we
the
buzz
artist. You are, we are an audio medium, but you buzz in with your name.
Got it.
So all you have to say is Kyle.
So what do I have to say?
Ken?
So-
because that's your name,
So
right?
really
What's your
quickly,
name?
do
Who knows?
normal Jeopardy rules apply? If we get it wrong, we lose points.
You lose points.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask you
Do
to
I
say.
have to phrase it in a question?
No, I will not require that
Okay,
rule
so we're
this
just
time.
naming the artist,
I think
band,
he's just
whatever.
naming song name. What are we
I'm going to name.
drinking? Jesus.
This is
Yeah,
hazelnut.
we're on the
Flying
fifth
Buffalo
variant
hazelnut.
of Flying Buffalo Hazel's nuts.
This is spicy.
Because the
yeah,
coffee.
I'm not feeling. No,
So-
I'm not feeling
this-
the coffee. I'm
so-
definitely feeling some type of allspice or.
So the
Yeah.
coffee is actually from Brazil. It's Great Lakes coffee. So it's Great Lakes coffee. Dear Lord, I've had a lot of Flying Buffalo. So it's the Great Lakes coffee variant. Then we add hazelnuts in the bottom of it and just let it sit. So we don't add extract. We don't do sugar bomb. It's just hazelnuts
You had
added. with it.
hazelnuts, not Hazel's nut.
hazelnuts.
Correct.
It's not Wes.
We don't know
O'Leary.
Hazel. Her nuts are not in our beer. It's
I'm getting just so much spice and not
Yeah,
much
this
coffee.
one's spice.
so the coffee that we use has a lot of oil with it. We're learning our way,
Oh, yeah, no, give me that. Yeah.
but I like this beer.
I
still
mean,
like it.
it's
I'm drinking
not
it.
bad. It's definitely something that I wouldn't have again, but it's something I would try again. It's something I would try
It
again.
almost came out of my nose.
These are
right.
what are
What
these
is
like
this?
$6, $7 cans, $8 cans?
$4 cans.
No, they're not
25
4.
divided by 4, whatever that is.
So I mean that's
Four
six
$6
and a
cans,
quarter a can.
Yeah.
So 6 and a quarter a can if you buy them, and they're selling them at 1/4 of what the can is worth.
So they're probably
Now-
selling them at $8 a can.
They're probably
just
selling
doing
about
the same
$8 a can.
I mean,
Well,
if
no,
you like
we-
hazelnuts, you're gonna love this. This is just super nutty.
I like hazelnuts, and I don't like this.
All right.
Because I'm not going to say
We
anything
we ready?
Nick,
That's some FB.
front butt.
so we have categories from rock, pop, and hip hop. You just tell me which category and what denomination you want to start with.
We'll
1
start,
through 500.
We'll start off with hip hop for 100.
Oh, this is bad.
1992.
1992.
Baby Got Back.
Nick,
Damn
Nick.
it.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Nick gets 100 points.
That was a good one.
We're gonna go.
That was a good one.
Same category.
Hold on, I gotta
You gotta cross it off,
X it
man.
out, yeah.
While you're crossing that off, I'm gonna go with hip hop for 200.
Also 1992. Jump.
Nick,
Nick.
crisscross.
That is crisscross to make you wanna.
jump.
So Nick,
All right, yeah, I know. I need to put. I'm
We
gonna
need to get you like an easel or something
Yeah.
for this shit.
I have that in my car, but I Ubered here because
right.
of this Flying Buffalo.
same category, 300.
1998. Wanna be a baller.
Nick,
Nick.
Little Troy.
That is Little Troy.
Jesus
Is
Christ.
Nick going to
Hey
take this
Kyle, do you
category?
want to just drink some
mean-
more?
I'm down.
Hey Nick, when you're done with hip hop, you call us.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna
You
try.
got pop
And
punk?
I'm gonna
You
try
got-
to
what do you
increase my lead as much as I can now because the other two categories.
Number 4.
Same category, 400.
Flavor in your ear.
Nick,
Nick.
Craig Mack.
That is Craig Mack.
Who's
Wow.
Craig Mack?
What's a Craig Mack?
It was actually he's Bad Boy's first song. So,
Bad Boys
Puffy?
for Life. We ate.
Let's close out the
Go
category.
with nowhere.
KOBE.
Kobe?
KOBE.
K-O.
Is it Kyle? Kobe Bryant.
Yes! Kobe Bryant's self-titled music.
Wait a minute. Time out. He did a song?
He did. He actually has 2 songs.
He had a hit?
Yeah, he had a hit.
The second one is called Thug Poet.
What?
Kobe Bryant.
What?
What the fuck?
All right.
Was that a diss track
So we have
against Shaq?
clogged.
Is that
We
a
have-
diss track on himself?
We have finished the hip hop category. Nick has come out to a resounding
1,000
to 500 lead.
after 5 questions.
I got 0.
So Kyle,
We're going to do pop for 100.
pot for 100. Mambo number 5.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Lou Vega.
No, you are
Ken.
wrong.
Oh,
Ken.
dang it.
Lou Bega.
Ah, damn it.
yeah.
So you win. Well,
my
Nick
dad
loses a
got me
little
that CD for
All right,
Christmas
I'm,
once.
I'm down to 900, and Ken
gets 100.
He's on the board.
Need a little bit of Monica in my life.
Ooh.
Oh, I bet you
bit. I just saw the Clinton affair this week on
Oh, God, no.
I
So we're not talking
DVR'd
about politics
it.
on
I
the show.
DVR'd it.
Super
'cause
good.
I want to watch it. It's like a 6-series.
It's 7
we're gonna need
hours.
another Griffin
Three
Claw here in a
episodes, 3
minute.
shows. Yeah. Can we let's correct the Great Lakes coffee.
Chug the hazel.
Jesus.
What was the one before the hazel? That was the regular.
The regular. Yeah.
The
Can you
regular,
just
yeah.
Finish
coffee?
that.
Now we're doing coffee.
Coffee.
God, now
Robert, this is where you're missing
this
out.
is where Rob is missing out right here.
That's all right. I'll save him a can.
Yep. I'm actually gonna go buy some on the way home here.
You know who still has some right on the shelf? Zatouna Liquor over in Rochester Hills. You know
yeah.
who doesn't have some, though? North Center Brewing over in Northville, Michigan. Definitely not the barrel age program that you're going to get with Griffin Claw, but damn, are you going to get some good beers, including
Good stuff.
soon to be released Ultraviolet, their alt beer.
This is super good. Yeah. All right. So as
It's on Ken.
we're going to continue to
I'm
Ken.
going to go with Rock 100.
1997, Bittersweet Symphony.
Nick,
Ken.
the Verve.
Why? My reaction skills are not as hot as I thought they were.
Let's
mine
do
aren't either.
Let's go back to Pop for 200.
I saw this on Ken's
Ken.
playlist.
Oh, wait.
I
Oh,
thought you said I saw the sign.
that's what I heard, too. I saw the
You gotta
sign,
get
but I
down.
saw this
No,
on
no,
Ken's
no, no,
playlist.
no.
Let it go.
I'm like, I was going to get more into an argument that Ace of Base has more than
That's
one
almost,
hit.
like, that's almost like they do on Family
All right,
Feud.
let's do this, Ken. 1999, Steal My Sunshine.
Ken. Len.
Yes.
Good call.
Glenn.
All right.
I saw this on your
Wasn't that
That's
Pop?
pop, not rock.
Not Rock.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever.
Ken's up to 300. Kyle's at 5, and I'm at 10 or 1,000, whatever.
10. 10. I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
It
Rock
is
for 200.
1999,
Is it still my sunshine again?
Butterfly.
Kyle.
I think you were just louder than everyone.
Oh,
Come, my
God.
lady. Come, my lady.
Yo,
Yo,
butterfly,
sugar,
sugar,
honey.
baby.
No.
Ken.
Next,
Nick.
Ken.
Crazy Town.
Damn
There
it.
it is.
So you take two away.
They
from-
take
What's
it.
that?
It was a Red Hot Chili Peppers like baseline. So
Yeah,
That was
probably.
for 200, right?
They
Yeah,
got
it's
booed
200.
off the stage at Ozfest
really,
here in Detroit.
because
It
he
was
looks like trash.
Does anyone remember the song before that Butterfly came out?
No.
There wasn't. That's why
No,
they
they didn't-
No, they actually did have another
They,
song before
they didn't have a
Butterfly.
hit, but they
It
probably
wasn't a
had
hit, but
song.
they had like a music video and everything.
What was
It
the song,
rotation.
Nick, for people who
I don't
want to know
remember.
more about
nobody else does either. That's why they're one hit wonder.
Rock 3.
Trash.
All right, Rock 3. 1997, Sex and Candy.
Nick, Marcy Playground.
That is correct. Jesus Christ. Nick.
Yeah, that was
Nick,
good.
apparently Nick
I'm just gonna start yelling my name.
that's all right.
I know
Nick.
that's why I got in trouble last time. So
Rock. We have Rock for 4 and 500, and
let's-
Pop for 3, 4, and 5.
Let's do Rock for 4.
1998, Blue Monday.
Nick, Orgy.
damn it, Family
That
Values
was
tour.
1990.
Family
The
Values
original
tour.
is by
Jesus.
New Order.
That's fine.
Cool.
We're not here for
I know.
Nick.
Because if it was in the 1980s, I would have said New Order. So, let's close the category out.
1985.
All right.
Shit.
Take on Me.
Ken.
And
Aha.
aha, you are
I
correct.
started saying aha, and then I forgot to say Kyle.
So we have
Kyle.
Pop. So you want to give us scores real quick?
Right now, I'm in first with 1,700. Ken's in second with 1,000, and Kyle
It's
still
sad.
in there,
It's very sad.
but with 300.
It's sad.
Well, hold on. So 3,
3,
6,
4
10, 15. So if you close out Pop,
We still have Final Jeopardy.
and we have Final Jeopardy. Apparently.
Girl.
I gotta increase my lead so no one can.
All right, so we have
right,
Pop.
so
So
Pop.
Ken has the board.
Pop 500.
What?
Doubled.
We have Double Jeopardy.
Oh, he gets a double Jeopardy.
There's a double Jeopardy in this show.
Name
you know
your
now.
price, sir.
What do I have, Nick?
1,000. You're allowed to bet up to that.
1,000.
He's going in for all, folks.
So yesterday.
So yesterday.
Oh,
So
God.
yesterday. So yesterday.
Kyle
Good.
knows it.
Oh, I think I know it.
Tomorrow. No, tomorrow. baby.
All I know is
I'm
just
going
like,
down to 0. Da-da-da-da.
That is Hillary Duff.
Yeah.
So there's no reason I was getting that one.
Ken's down. He's zeroed
I'm gonna
out.
be honest, and once we
I'm
go
actually
through
okay
3,
with that,
4,
so.
and final, I want to tell you what I thought 500 was gonna be because I really I would have put money. You would have put that at 500.
It's still your board.
Maybe
pop,
it's
pop for 4.
1997. Torn.
Nick,
God damn it.
Natalie Imbruglia.
No, wrong.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna call you off on pronunciation.
That's bullshit. You can't
No,
call me
it's
off.
Natalie Imbruglia.
No,
It's Natalie Imbruglia.
it's Natalie Imbruglia. You missed a syllable.
Oh, come on. You're going to hold.
That's not
Yes.
as bad as Lou Vega.
That's
versus
a-
Lou
he missed a
Vega.
That's
syllable.
bullshit,
No,
man.
No
that's,
points for anybody.
He
No
gets
points.
it. He gets it.
I disagree.
You know what? I'll mark myself down because no matter
No
what,
points.
no matter what, I still win.
controls the points.
I control
Number
the points.
3.
I ain't gonna answer.
For final, 1999. I try.
Ken, Mary J. Blige.
No,
I try.
he doesn't even get to participate in Final Jeopardy now.
No, he doesn't.
I'm cool. I don't
Macy Gray. I try to say goodbye.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So, does anybody not have a?
All right, so so Ken
So
can't.
we're gonna.
Are you gonna give him enough to?
Everybody gets $1,000 to play with.
All right, so everyone goes up 1,000.
Nike. Just
So I'm
Here-
up to 2,300. Kyle's up to 1,300, and Ken's up to 700.
So I'm gonna allow.
Kyle can still technically.
I'm
win
gonna allow 1,001 points on this one. So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna fold your paper in 2. Camera, fold your paper in 2. On top, you're gonna write your wager. On the bottom, you're gonna write your answer. Okay. You don't have to do this now. I just need to see that you've done it.
I'm wagering the whole thing. So
Okay. So
so is Kyle.
So wait, hold on, wait. Let me see my score again.
2,300.
I got to bet 400. 301. What was 300?
I don't
So
think
here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna give you a song by such a one-hit wonder that it might require questioning. I'm gonna allow each one of you, starting with the lowest man, to ask me a question. Now you can ask a question that benefits the entire group or just you as a whole. It's gonna go to Kyle next and then Nick last.
What's the category?
This is
Rock, pop, hip hop, or
Life.
Rap.
athletes.
Jesus Christ. So not really. Don't
Barry Sanders.
Okay. No, this is no.
One hit.
No, it's still music.
Oh, okay.
Athletes.
Oh, I think, okay. All right.
Shaq.
So I'm going to give you a broad statement telling you when and what the name of the song was and a clue about this person.
So we don't get a lyric.
I can give you we're on TV. We can't do that without paying royalties.
You could say the lyric. You just don't. Like, we just don't play the damn song.
Okay. So in 1994, this now Hall of Fame athlete released "Must Be the Money."
Must be the money.
This first ballot Hall of Famer released the song "Must Be the Money."
First ballot Hall of Famer.
All right.
So Ken,
so I get a question.
I'll give you the first. I give you the first question. You don't have to necessarily lock in right now. If you want to lock in right now, you can.
1994 must be the money.
Correct.
All right. I guess question.
I'm gonna wait till they
I'm
answer.
So you don't.
really.
So here's my suggestion: ask a question if you have a clue of what it is that only you would know the answer to. Because you could ask me any question. This is not I will not make this close ended. But if you give me an open ended question and Kyle or Nick gets it because of that, so you might want to play a little defense on this one. And I hope you're not listening to "Must Be the Money" right now.
well, I would say you could hear.
Diamond Rolex and
You
Gators
can
on
hear
my
everything,
feet.
but you're not.
I get some
He doesn't wear the headphones. I have to yell at him all the fucking
I know
time.
what it is. I just don't want to answer it until people do.
All right, so I get a question.
You get a
I'm probably
question.
gonna be wrong.
But they get a question. So maybe I can.
Everyone gets one question, and you start because you're the low man. If you would have answered a goddamn question right, you wouldn't have been
If
the
you
low man.
wouldn't,
What a jerk.
you wouldn't ask me a question about
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
Hillary Duff. So now that I can talk about it, I honest to God 100% would have put money on the fact that Pop for 500 would have been Los Del Rio.
Macarena?
Macarena.
Yeah.
No, that would have been like a 200.
That would have been a two. Nobody knows who Los Del Rio
Yeah, but
is.
It's the two dudes.
Yeah, but you know what? I tried to get not popular songs, so it would be harder to find. Like, "Want to Be a Baller," Little Troy. Everybody knows the song, but not many people know who sings it.
No Limit Records. The fuck?
It's not. He's not low. I don't think he's low limit.
I
Make
think
it
he
say,
is, yeah.
Uh.
Master P.
No, false.
Nah,
He's
nah,
I'm
good.
gonna look up Lil Troy.
No,
if he's on
actually,
No Limit.
you're not gonna touch your phone for a minute. So we have
I'm fucking
we're
right.
we're gonna have "Must Be the Money" right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
What rapper, athlete sang "Must Be the Money" 1994? Current Hall of Fame athlete.
So I'm gonna be a little bit prejudicial and not include hockey in this.
Okay.
Is it a baseball player?
Yes.
I don't have a question.
Oh shit.
So you're passing.
Yes.
Do you want to ask a question?
You should just ask a
that
dumb
is
question.
so subtle that only you know the
No.
answer to?
No.
Nick.
It's the baseball player.
I'm gonna crack open a beer.
Did this player win? Baseball player that had a music career. That's actually a really tough question.
Baseball player that had a music career that had a one-hit wonder.
Did this baseball player win
The Cupid
a
Shuffle.
World Series championship?
He did not.
He did not. Okay. All right. I'm probably gonna be wrong on this, but all right.
It's quite an interesting smell. What do we just pour? We're pouring the Flying Buffalo
Spice
strong,
yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. Well, hello.
I can smell it. Like it's.
So I can't play this, right? I mean, I don't think this person would ever sue us to credit us.
I mean, you could.
I'm gonna put.
Okay, so all your answers
Don't play it. No.
all your answers are in. So I'm glad you asked the question first, because it was a very hard.
Yeah, I'm probably wrong on this.
No, because he was a multi-sport player. So that's why I'm glad you asked. Damn it! So like I was gonna ask it to
I
like
think Kyle
fake.
just gave me some faith on this one.
So like I'm glad you asked it. So if, like
So
So Nick guessed Nick, the leader in the clubhouse, guessed Bo Jackson. So he is
he is wrong.
he is wrong. He has gone down to 1999, which was like, but it's ironic because in this song it says, ever since I went pro in 1989 and I signed that dotted line.
Who did it?
Ken wrote
Shit.
Deion Saunders
damn it.
or Sanders,
Deion
which
Sanders.
is
It's
correct.
Deion. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that
Deion. yeah.
two-sport player.
That's
So,
it. Damn it.
Ken is
Oh, I
even.
forgot he was a rapper.
And Deion Sanders.
Wait, what did you vote?
Deion Sanders. So the winner is Kyle
Kyle
VanDeVenter.
Oh, snap, crackle, pop.
Can I not play this amazing, terrible rap song?
You cannot play it now.
Oh, diamond Rolex and gators on my feet.
Find it on YouTube.
I guess
guys.
I did. That's where I was going
No,
to
I'm
get it.
saying
from.
to the people that
to the people listening to the
It's the worst,
Deion Sanders.
greatest rap song
I
ever.
forgot about that.
I'm just
guy.
glad that you said it first because I was going to ask it, and that's why I was like, nope.
You should have asked, like, did he go to Florida State, or was he? Was he also a? He was in the World Series with the Atlanta Braves.
But did he win a World Series?
No, they lost 4 games.
So, in regards to like one-hit wonders, as we're definitely not drinking one-hit wonders, we're drinking very, very.
But you're not going to find these
Good
in
beer.
like Apex. You're just going to have like one of them. You're not going to have a.
You're not going to have all 8 at one night like we will be.
Good luck.
I mean,
might
there's
die.
4 of us, so we're fine.
First ballot Hall of Famer in football.
Is
Again,
this not
I
still
know,
a football?
He didn't say what sport.
Hey, he did
And
not.
Bo Jackson's not in the NFL or is not in the MLB Hall of Fame. I don't believe. He's only in the
Shouldn't
NFL.
be if he was.
He's only in the NFL Hall of Fame.
True, very true.
So, what is probably your guys' most definitive one-hit wonder that you grew up with? Like, what's that one song? Because like I have one that nobody would probably listen to, but what is that one-hit wonder song that you're like, oh man, I always want to listen to it. I always want to hit it. When that song goes on at a wedding or a party or something like that, you have that. You have that one song. So for me, it's Nobody by Skindred.
I don't know what that means. Are you saying?
So-
is that English?
Never heard of it.
Oh, I saw him live. I saw them live with our friend Munchie,
You
and
have a friend named Munchie?
yeah, he's
It's-
one of the
it-
many Ryans we know. Therefore, his name is Munchie.
Yeah, once you get to it,
There's a lot of Ryans out there.
Yeah.
So I saw Skin Dread, and it's basically like a
Skin Dread.
SKINDRED.
Is that like some kind of goth
Is it like
metal
is it like a
band, or-
foreskin
They open
joke?
up for
No, it's not
Slipknot?
a.
What is
God damn it! I hate you all.
Like I don't want my foreskins to just take it. I dread my skin
Skin Dread.
because I got a weird little hoodie for my penis. Or?
So it's like a reggae alternative punk band.
I don't. I disagree with like 2/3 of that. Like
What?
Which part do you agree with?
I'm not sure. It's like saying
I'm so confused.
it's like I want like a chocolate arsenic vagina red ale.
What the hell?
Like I don't know where to go with that.
What?
So this made in 2005 the number 14 list on the U.S. mainstream list.
So I'll go. My favorite, I suppose.
Fuck you all.
Thank you.
My favorite one-hit wonder, I suppose. But I bought the album. I think the album's fantastic front to back. And I actually was at JamX and I requested they put it on Spotify and play the album.
Yeah.
It's New Radicals.
New Radicals. you
Oh,
get
I
what
thought
you
about
give.
that.
get what you give?
I literally was.
Yeah, but
looking
they
at-
also I mean they're like a 1.5 hit wonder because you only get what you give. There's so many good songs on that like,
CD.
you only hear if you buy the album.
Very good album.
But I think
Literally, I was looking at. That's funny.
it's there are so like the first like I remember
You must be brainwashed. Is
you must be
the-
brainwashed too.
Sorry.
The guy's from Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan.
Oh, is
Greg
he really?
Alexander.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from Michigan. He decided he wanted to be like a nomadic band, and I think like like Meredith Brooks was one of his guitarists
Yeah.
for a minute. Like it's like a vagabond group of the only thing that's constant is him in the group. But I remember I would go to sleep to that CD, and it's such a good CD from like literally 1 to number 8, which is you only get what you give.
It's funny. I literally looked that up before I.
It's-
what I picked.
It's such a complete album, and it's short and it's sweet and it's poppy but it's rocky, and I think it's one of those things that since they disbanded immediately after because of the commercial success, nobody will ever hear them again. And this guy Greg Alexander who wrote the album, and he writes music for other artists, but he won't do it for himself because he wants to be one of those. He's that shy guy that doesn't want to
He doesn't want to be in front.
be a frontman. But I think he created one of the better albums
It was
of
such a good song. Too.
of that whole album. Have you?
Good album.
Yeah, that I think that might be my favorite album. Even it was a big Eminem fan, but it's so much more like the guitar riffs, and there's so much complexity in the drums and the dun 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 dun. Just the way the keyboards played against the guitar. So if you are listening right now or in the future, just go to New Radicals on Venmo or on not Venmo or pay me on Venmo, but on YouTube and just play it. There's only like 12 songs.
It's very good.
There's a song, I don't know what it's called. It's like 90 miles outside of Chicago. And I was dating a girl out of Chicago at the time, so it just kind of like hit even harder. So I was like,
Aw, that's cute.
It's
That's
cute.
cute.
Nick, do you have a
I'm gonna go with a very, very popular one. He had his own movie that didn't do very well, but that's okay. Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. You can't go wrong with it. You really can't. I mean, it's good karaoke song. It's nice job, jerk.
Praise Jesus.
Which one's that one you just
That's that strong
Dark.
Belgian.
the Spice Ale? Okay, I gotta have that still. You can't go wrong with it.
He had a really good show on HGTV,
Yes, he did.
Flipping with Vanilla Ice, whatever it was.
Yep. I don't know. It's just been always a personal favorite of mine.
But didn't he had Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
He did.
did,
He
yeah,
did.
true,
But
true.
I don't know if it ever. I don't believe it got.
Go Ninja. Go
Or Ninja Rap.
Go.
Ninja Rap.
Go Ninja. Go.
Ninja Rap did not get the
What is that?
the
Yeah.
press and the publicity and the fame as Ice Ice
All right,
Baby did.
so we'll ask you the question. Do you feel like he stole that beat from, was it Queen, Under Pressure?
Yeah. it was
Bum
Under
bum
Pressure.
bum bada bum.
Yeah, because he added 2 extra bums on
Bum,
the
bum,
end.
bum,
no, it just,
bum,
went,
bum,
no, it
bum,
just went
bum,
higher.
bum.
It just went higher.
Yeah, no, he does dun 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 Din Din. No, that was David Bowie.
okay.
And then
that's what it is.
Yeah, and then Ice.
It's
then,
David Bowie,
yeah,
Freddie
that's-
Mercury,
Yeah, and
so.
then Vanilla Ice did Din 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 sh- Din 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 Din. So he
No.
added a couple extra in.
What he did is he
That's
escalated the
still
octave of
baloney.
that.
Well,
of his,
well,
He's gonna add random beats.
So
to
can
the
you-
song.
he added-
believe-
do I think he stole it, or do I think
Yeah,
he's,
well,
do I
yeah.
think he sampled it?
Do you think?
It's-
Well,
he
do you,
sampled it?
He,
It's
Well,
said
he
he
sampled it.
He
Everyone-
most definitely sampled it.
but do you think he?
Deliberately stole it.
I probably think his producer stole it. Do you know that he stole David Bowie's song?
I
And it
thought-
wasn't
I
that
don't-
Queen? That was Under
That was
Pressure.
the-
Queen.
it was Under Pressure.
Queen. It's
It's-
Freddie
it's-
Mercury and David Bowie.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
Queen with David Bowie.
It's a little bit of column A
Yeah.
and column B.
I think. He,
I would
I don't
say-
think he knew it. I
don't
think
thi-
his producer knew
Because
it.
I remember, because back when MTV used to play music videos and have music as their feature,
Like not
shit.
Rob Dyrdek.
Nah, not Rob Dyrdek or 16 and Pregnant.
What's
Wouldn't
Rob
he be-
Dyrdek?
Isn't he the best person in the world? Like he's
don't know
He's
who
just
he is.
hilarious.
You don't know who Rob Dyrdek is?
Professional
No.
skateboarder.
He's like Tony Bourdain, but like 50 years younger. And probably
Anthony
my
Bourdain. All right.
He's in
First
first
and
name
foremost,
basis, it's
Anthony
fine.
Bourdain, rest in peace.
No, he did that to him. No.
Nah, whatever. Anyway, I would say the producers probably did it, but at the time, I don't think sampling was the height that it is today.
No, I think it's because
Well,
sampling today.
I think his song might have made sampling even more
What it
popular.
is. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's how Puffy made his career.
That's how
hell yeah.
Kanye's made his career.
I mean, if you go back, if
Kanye
you,
was great.
If
until,
you
like,
go
6
back
years
into
ago.
the '80s and you listen to classic hip hop, a lot that we don't hear today. There was a lot of sampling back then.
Oh,
and
for
now,
sure.
And now, but you don't hear it because it's just
Because
one of the-
it was hidden back.
it was
in,
hit.
But you know what's-
It wasn't a
but
focal
now,
point.
if you go into rap in hip hop, starting in the '90s, and even rock, '90s all the way to today, you hear it so much often now.
because-
and it really wasn't because of it wasn't if it wasn't because of Vanilla Ice that made it to the forefront. I think sampling would just continue to go on under the radar.
First of all, you're putting Vanilla Ice on a pedestal.
Vanilla Ice is
No, I'm not
savior.
putting it
Second.
on the pedestal because
Oh.
that was one of the biggest arguments about sampling was during that fucking song.
Well,
What conversation did I miss? Jesus.
Well, I asked Nick what his favorite
One
hit
yeah.
wonder was, and
But
he
he
said
Vanilla
Vanilla
Ice.
Vanilla
man.
Ice has more than one hit.
And that was my
No,
argument
but
as
it
well.
doesn't.
Go,
but
Ninja,
but
go,
it doesn't
Ninja,
have
go.
the mainstream appeal as Ice Ice Baby.
No, but the song.
Ninja
like,
Rap did not have the.
What about
appeal.
play that funky music, White Boy?
Dude,
Late on the music?
Dude, no one heard that song unless you watch Cool as Ice. You didn't even know
I
what Cool as Ice is.
I don't even know what
Yelling.
Cool as Ice is,
That
but I
was
know
his-
what
that
play
was
that
his
funky
movie.
music White Boy is.
That was
so.
That was his only movie. Well, it was actually his feature film debut.
He was in the movie The New Guy.
Was that before Cool as Ice?
No, it was like
And,
2004.
And,
Okay, then Cool as
what's
Ice
the Adam
was
Sandler
before
movie?
that.
That's my boy.
That's my boy.
He's an HGTV show.
What about you, Kyle? What's that one hit? Like I was gonna say Semisonic Closing Time because that's also a great song.
Well, yeah, but so you mentioned Nude Radicals, but the first thing I thought of was Eagle Eye Cherry, Save Tonight.
Oh, you know what? I bought I bought those two albums at the exact same time
Yeah,
from the
that's
same
why-
media play.
So that's why
on Hull Road.
Yeah, that's exactly why I thought of it. It's because like that
Yeah,
reminded me
right.
the exact same time.
My gosh.
Just Save Tonight.
You know who else was great? Whitey Ford Sings the Blues by Everlast. Same time. Everlast. That guitar album was a really good album.
Everlast. First of all, timeout.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting Everlast.
Oh,
Debate.
Ooh, set us straight.
Hashtag
Ken.
Eric Schrody.
Are we saying Everlast is a one-hit wonder?
No.
Yes, one
No,
album
I-
wonder.
No,
I
No.
guess.
no, he's had
Not
multiple hits. I thought.
At all.
By
people
himself, or are
disagree
you gonna
with
say?
No. I'm not gonna say freaking House of Pain.
Yeah. Okay, outside of House
Well,
of Pain,
I
he is a
mean-
one-hit wonder. Yes.
No, he's not
100%.
Oh my god.
What else did he have?
He had. I can't even name the songs because I just don't know them. Off
If
the
you're gonna say
top.
Black Boy Beautiful or something like that, like or White Trash Beautiful, he's pretty much no. This song
Wow,
is called
those
White,
are-
White trash. What the fuck, dude?
White Trash
no,
Beautiful.
White
is-
Trash Beautiful is the name of the album. I know what he's.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Don't start.
Wow. I'm from
No,
Saginaw.
Right here. All right,
so
go ahead.
okay, so you've got obviously Black Jesus, you've got Ends, and you've got What It's Like. Those are literally
What
the-
It's Like is the song that got Ends played. Ends and White Ends.
No,
and What It's
because
Like
he
are on
had
the same album.
Yeah, they're on the same album.
They're 3 and 4 of the same album.
No. Black Jesus is on a different album.
Nobody's heard of Black Jesus.
Black Jesus, White Devil.
Nobody's heard of that.
So many people know Black Jesus.
The same amount of people know about like the Vanilla Ice
I
record
don't
that he
know
was
what's
talking
going on at all right now.
Have you ever heard of Black Jesus by Everlast?
No, I thought it was Kanye. I'm so confused.
You've been overruled. Everlast.
All right.
Is a one-hit wonder.
Since we're talking about one-hit, here's a list of. I just found a list of random one-hit wonders. You guys, tell me what you guys think.
Oh no.
All right. Soft Cell, Tainted Love.
Sure. That's obvious though.
We talked about him earlier during Jeopardy. Lou Bega, Mambo Number 5.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Lou Bega.
I have no idea who
Bega.
this is. Shocking Blue, Venus. Oh wait, no, I know this. Venus. I'm your Venus. I'm your. You know.
Yo,
I remember some like
Zion.
girls shaking their
Is
legs.
it every female
like
shaving
leg,
commercial?
Yeah, every leg
Yep.
shaving commercial ever.
Yeah.
Okay, his daughter is really, really famous. Billy Ray Cyrus.
Achy breaky heart.
Breaky, breaky.
Who's his daughter?
I don't know, someone who's
He's got a son too that's
Cannonball?
famous now.
He's got his
Metro Station.
Spectrum. I'll Be Gone. No.
I'll be gone for you. Oh, I know that's I'll be there for you.
Tony Basil, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey.
Again, I'm trying. That's like early '80s.
Yeah, no, this is probably everyone's favorite drinking one-hit wonder.
Thunderstruck.
No,
Red Solo Cup.
Chumbawamba Tub Thumping.
No,
Kelly's.
first of all, Thunderstruck is the best drinking
I
song.
puked all over.
No, we won't talk about that.
Literally.
The Swingers, Counting the Beat.
Wait, hold on. Are we still gonna go through Chumbawamba and not talk about their other hit?
They had another
what was
hit?
that?
They did have another hit. It was good.
Well, aren't they like? There's some kind of like post-anarchy.
No, they were
like,
a swinging
punk band.
anarchy society
Yeah,
group.
yeah,
It was fantastic.
What?
Yeah, they were.
yeah. They actually were around for a while prior to that song.
and post. They're still around. They're still.
Post-anarchy punk or something like that, or I don't know.
I mean, they're literally
Post
the,
anarchy punk.
I don't
and their
know what the hell.
What?
It's-
What?
they're like the new ABBA.
All right, so
Because aren't they all blonde?
Dear God.
Well, they're all
I
Swedish,
just,
though.
honest to God, serious question. How many albums do you think Chumbawamba has
Way
put
too
out?
much. I know
I'm
it's
gonna say
like
7.
I know
11.
it's like 20.
11.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Holy shit!
12,
what? No
13,
way!
14, 15, 16 studio albums.
Holy shit! That's just as many as
I'm
Iron
on-
Maiden.
I win the under.
16 studio
close.
albums. So along with, mind you, we all know Tub Thumping.
Yes.
They also had a follow-up called Amnesia.
Yes, they did.
Amnesia. So
Every
did,
group.
they, though?
has-
about to say, so did every other
Yeah, but
goth
no,
metal band.
that's why we don't know it
out
because
there.
it's Amnesia.
I don't remember it.
Dip, go to
All right,
Amnesia.
I got some. Oh yeah, there you go. I got some more one-hit wonders.
What the hell else were we drinking? What was the most recent flying?
I
buffalo?
cracked one, but no one drank it besides me. So.
Which one is this? This sounds very.
This is the Great Lakes coffee.
What?
No,
I am
it's not
so.
the Great Lakes coffee.
yeah.
No,
Is
right,
this the
so-
Oblivious?
all right,
Did
hold
I?
on, hold
no
on,
one's
hold
drank
on.
it yet.
Oh, so this
Oh.
is the spice one that's just been warming up.
Let's say I got the spice one right here.
Like literally, no one's gotten it yet.
All right, here,
Just me.
the Swingers, Counting the Beat. I don't know that one.
We got the beat. We got the beat. We
That's
got
not
the
even that.
beat. Hey, we got the
Uh,
beat.
Dave Dobbin in the Herbs, Slice of Heaven.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That's the song
Right,
that
this-
was.
this-
Hold on.
right.
That's the song that was sampled by Cascada.
Cascada?
I think it's Cascada.
You're talking some EDM bullshit. Quit. Just again.
All right. This is from the 50s. I think this is from the 50s.
We don't want to get listen to the 50s.
Hold on, there's more coming.
We got, like, 80s.
Bobby Day, Rockin' Robin.
Tweet,
Robin,
tweet,
Tweet. Yeah, we all know that
Rockin'
one.
Robin. All right.
Come on, you know that one.
Or this is a reggae song. Musical Youth, Pass the Dutchie. Pass the Dutchie on the left hand side.
Is that
That was from Wedding
is that
Singer.
Shaggy?
No,
Like
it's Wedding Singer.
I didn't see a.
I'm very Dutch.
Was
so
it
I
me?
like that song.
Oh,
No, Shaggy has more than one hit.
yeah.
I will fight you on that one.
This next
Girl, you're
all right,
my angel.
This next
you're my
one-
darling angel.
Oh, we've lost all of our
This
listeners.
next, yeah, I know. This next song had
Or gain them.
a punk rock cover. Nina 99 Luftballons.
No, that was a
Goldfinger.
car. Yeah.
Yeah, Goldfinger.
99 Luftballons.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. I'm surprised that's a one-hit wonder though. But then again,
Remember the Titans?
Spirit, yeah,
Remember?
Do you guys have a jukebox at
God, no, they don't.
Griffin Claw?
yeah.
Why would they're in
Don't look at me
Birmingham.
with that tone of voice. Just because they're in Birmingham doesn't. Just because hold on, they're in Birmingham with Birmingham prices doesn't mean they're Birmingham.
Wait a minute, wait.
They do not have Birmingham prices.
They're on the east side of Woodward, or east side of
they're
Woodward,
not.
right?
Yeah,
East side of Woodward. Yeah, east side of Woodward. So it's okay
I can walk to Troy.
as long as they're not on the west side of Woodward. That's okay. Then yeah.
AKA walk to Whole Foods and Whole Foods and LA Fitness. That's all you
here-
can walk to in Troy.
Dexy's
Meyer.
Midnight Runners. Come on, Eileen.
Eileen, yeah.
Okay. Lips
Come on,
Incorporated.
Was Eileen ever consulted on that song?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Was Jenny ever consulted about a number 8675309?
Or well, she was also so fine.
Fucking
so
Tommy Two Tone.
No. Mickey's so fine. Mickey's so fine. You blow my mind.
she's
Hey,
from
Mickey.
the block.
You're thinking no. You're thinking J
Here's
Lo.
Jenny
all
on the
right,
block.
This is Lips Inc. Funky Town. So Tali sung that one.
Yeah, for South Park.
Yep.
South Park.
The
reference.
Vapors Turning Japanese.
Nick, you're just
not
striking
it,
out
and
on all of
that's-
these.
okay.
No, well, these are a lot of
Yeah,
these
I
are
remember
older ones.
Kirsten Dunst did a remake of that song like 8 years ago.
Purpose?
Yes, on
So-
purpose.
So
purpose.
this next one was the first
Dressed up
ever,
as like a Japanese Lolita
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
Wow,
like that.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
not like
this
okay.
This next one was the first ever music video to ever be played on MTV.
Video killed the radio
Yeah,
star.
the Buggles.
Radio killed.
So
the
hold
video
on.
star.
Going back. So remember when there was? I don't know
seen
if
the
you
new
guys
meme?
remember.
It's like OJ and Nicole, and it says video and then radio star.
God.
God.
So there
Mute.
was a huge uproar when Avril Lavigne did a song about Japan or something like that about being Japanese.
Hello Kitty.
Yeah, Hello Kitty. And I'm like, damn, this literally looks exactly like Kirsten Dunst doing Turning Japanese. And nobody cared about it at that time.
cultural appropriation.
Because like
I mean, that's true, but still.
because conspiracy theory, Avril Lavigne died 10 years ago,
12.
12 years ago,
Was
and
she
that's
married
a
Chad
fake one.
Kroger?
She's fake.
Oh.
So
Jack
do you
Kroger
think
actually killed
do
her.
you think there's a
Kroger
fake
killed her.
I
Avril Lavigne?
love conspiracy theories. Like,
You
with
love-
a passion.
All right, so without getting too political.
Which one's your favorite? Which one's your favorite?
Without getting too political.
My favorite one.
Favorite conspiracy theory.
Not one you believe in, but your favorite
My
one.
favorite one is Paul McCartney died a long time ago.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm being serious. That's really a thing.
Yeah.
Really?
That he died in a car crash, and they led up to it like so. Sergeant Pepper was like an ode to Paul McCartney.
Yo, yeah, he's talking like in the 60s.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was even a thing. I'm being fucking serious.
100%.
Really?
He died in a car crash in the 60s, and then like all the rest of their CDs were an ode to him, and they replaced him with a lookalike.
So if
I mean, everybody in
hold on,
England
wait,
does
wait,
look
wait,
like the
wait,
same.
wait, hold on, wait, because
Bring it down.
all right,
Everybody in England does look the same.
sorry to any of our English listeners if we have any.
No,
we-
we have
we-
Irish
we got-
listeners who
we
would
got
tell
some.
them that English people all look the same.
You don't.
Oh my God. Anyway, so if I were to Google, and again, like I said,
Yeah.
Paul
McCartney
If
death,
I looked up
conspiracy theory.
Paul McCartney conspiracy theory in Google.
Yep.
There's a shitload of this stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Really?
But how did he still get on The Simpsons then?
Because it's a fake dude. It's a guy that looks.
That sounds exactly like
Yep,
him.
100%.
I mean, this is the guy. Who,
Oh, I don't.
I mean,
Paul,
I
what
mean,
do you
this
mean,
is somebody
Kyle?
who did.
Oh, there you go. You got
who
it.
Did a music? Who did?
Oh,
He did.
oh.
He did "Hey Jude" during the Olympics.
hey, you.
So, like, a bunch of the theory behind it is that, like,
Paul
their
McCartney
mu-
was good at putting piano.
but their music changed drastically.
At some point, yes. the
Yeah, they
Beatles
started
did-
taking
music did-
acid.
Yes,
Correct. So, like, a lot of
I
it-
watched
but
the
there-
movie,
So
it
there's a
sucked.
car accident.
Yes.
There's a factual item that there's a car accident that Paul McCartney was involved with.
Okay.
But the claim is that the police stated that he survived.
Okay.
When in actuality he passed away.
Okay.
They just kind of let it go.
They
And
kind of just like swept it
they,
underneath the rug.
they swiped him out with somebody new.
Okay.
And like, so when they're crossing Abbey Lane,
yes.
everyone's not wearing shoes except for Paul. So or no,
Like
other,
the Abbey
other way
Road
around.
album
Yes,
cover?
yeah. So like literally everyone's not wearing shoes except for Paul, which means that he has passed. And then the Sergeant Pepper's like,
This is crazy.
oh no, there's a like it's in depth as hell.
If I wasn't still in school, I'd research this shit.
It's
You only
it's,
school for like 10 days.
Yeah, I know. December 4th.
We're
having a fucking
it's
party.
it's
that
impressive as
Friday.
hell. Like there's nodes like there's notes all over all their CDs. about it.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're like hiding it in their albums inserts.
That Paul died, but you don't want him. You don't want to know.
But these
it'd
are
be
things,
such a shock.
Correct.
I-
But it's a
these are-
conspiracy theory.
these are-
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Can you bring
but
something
those
like-
are fascinating things.
But not Nick, Kyle. Bring something like closer to current day. What's your favorite conspiracy theory? That's not super political.
All right, so I'll let you think about that because I actually have one.
yeah, go ahead.
So I don't know if it's current day, but
So is it not like the '60s?
it's 85,
Were you-
but
I mean-
it still harkens to today, and that's the
Santa's not real?
1985 NBA draft.
The cold envelope? Get out of here. Yeah, that's
Wait, wait, time out.
Is that Ewing?
No. Talk
Is
about
that Ewing
one.
or am I lying?
That's the Ewing draft.
yeah,
Yeah,
I got it.
Patrick
yeah,
Ewing.
the frozen
That's
envelope.
The frozen envelope. The envelope was.
So in the-
Oh wait, no. Let Ken explain.
there's a giant. There are many theories in regards to the fact of how the
They
1985
still never won the NBA.
NBA draft
I know that's fucking sad.
Sorry,
happened
Knicks.
that pretty much sent Patrick Ewing to the New York Knicks.
Okay.
So the theories are like somebody froze an envelope so that the envelope would be so cold that no matter what you would pick that envelope if you were trying to pick that envelope, because David Stern I think picked that envelope or whoever.
I don't think David Stern was the commissioner at the point.
No, it
Yeah.
was Paul. It
No.
was a Daglaboo.
No, that's NFL.
That was Paul
Got
Tagley.
it, got it, got it.
Paul Tagley was before Goodell in the NFL.
Don't judge me.
That's okay.
So that's definitely my in regards to
That was a conspiracy theory.
yeah, that is a conspiracy
huge
because it's
It was David
the
Stern's
New York
first year.
New York.
Oh, it's
market.
David Stern's first year.
So
which is
yeah, so the
even
issue
more
is
aggressive.
I'm not, guys. I'm not bullshitting you when I ask this question. This is all news.
so
to
in
me.
the NBA, it's now ping pong balls. So
Yes.
the NBA currently does 1,000 ping pong balls for the NBA lottery.
right.
Yep.
And they divide them up by, oh my God, that's oblivious. But back in the day, you would just pick out an envelope, and it was an oversized envelope with the team in it, and that would be the winner. And Patrick Ewing just had his great thing at Georgetown where they won the championship.
Yeah.
Because he was an unstoppable force in college.
Right.
And the thought is,
He handed this to me as if he was talking and handing it oh, look at this beer. Okay.
so the thought is David Stern
Right.
on his first year had somebody put the envelope in the freezer with the Knicks in it. So when he reached in, he would feel for a frozen envelope instead of a random envelope to make sure.
a random room temperature one.
Yeah, because they're all in the same.
Because you'll notice
So
the
he would try and
difference.
grab the cold one to pull Ewing's name out.
No, to pull out the team that could get the number
So
one
this is the draft lottery we're talking
Yes.
about. Okay.
Correct.
All right.
And I mean, the Knicks could still fuck up the draft, which they've done multiple times since.
Yeah, well, they haven't won a fucking championships in
60s?
Yeah.
Charles Spiro. Oh, sorry.
Unless you count the movie Eddie with Whoopi Goldberg. Well, we don't know.
No.
We don't even know.
I want to talk about fun conspiracy theories like that. I don't the whole Paul
I
McCartney
get
one.
deep.
Paul McCartney's not as deep as
Actually, I
anything that involves Hillary Clinton or Barack
I
Obama.
like
yeah.
I like the 9/11 conspiracy stuff too. But
They are,
I
they are
I don't know how I
humorous.
feel.
I've watched
I'll be
a
brutally
few
honest.
of
I
them.
don't know how I feel about those.
no, I'm not saying I believe any of it. I'd like to listen. I don't believe any conspiracy theory. I just like to listen to it.
Sure.
But the thing is,
That
okay,
makes
so
sense.
not to get, and we'll stop here. But the funny thing about the 9/11 conspiracy theories are the people that debunk the 9/11 conspiracy theories and then bring the people on and say, "Hey, well, this is what your theory is," and then here's the actual thing, and they're like, "I don't want to be involved in this anymore."
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
you've got that kind of stuff, but there's definitely fun ones in regards to the Freemasons or
oh yeah.
What would you consider the moon
Simpsons.
landing as one?
what
Yeah.
as a fun one that's not political. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think the
Because
moon
that
landing
one
happened.
clearly has nothing to do with politics.
Yeah. Well, it did at that time.
I mean,
Yeah, at the time,
in the
but now it
1960s and 70s, yes, it did. But 2018, where Elon Musk can send a fucking rocket to the moon without any problem.
Has the Falcon 9 been to the moon?
I
no,
don't think so.
None of the. And I'm actually.
So I don't think he has. So
No, hold
that's
on.
why I believe we've
Wait,
never been to the
hold on.
moon.
Elon just
As-
did a line of coke off of a hooker's ass. That's
Dude,
fine.
he fucking smoked a blunt out with Joe Rogan.
What's wrong with that, though?
Nothing's wrong with it.
nothing. Just
And just to say,
What? We have a beer podcast. He has a pot
yeah,
podcast.
as a side comment, my final dissertation is about SpaceX. So just to
Do we need a cable line that far?
no.
Okay, you gonna fuck up
Can
the
we?
Moon ZTE too?
No, this guy is dude. Fucking Elon Musk has got so much fucking money. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can really, if he wants to land on the fucking moon or colonize Mars, he probably could.
Well,
No, he's gonna be dead.
All right,
Have you
so-
seen?
Anyway,
So we've got a little bit more beer, but I'm gonna introduce one more conspiracy theory as
it.
we.
Wow,
do
this show
we
went dark.
Oh no, it
real
didn't. It
fast.
didn't go dark because this is gonna be a fun one because this is one
We're all
that kind of
drunk,
doesn't.
no,
It doesn't really
I mean,
affect
Elon
us.
Musk
So
smoking.
no,
pot.
we're muting you guys. So there is one more conspiracy theory that's just crazy in regards to how it could logically be true, but nobody understands, and that's the fact. No, you're muted. I don't give a fuck. Kyle's not muted.
nope.
No, you are muted. You're just loud as fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then there you go.
You know what? I'll just mute Kyle now. So now it's just me talking.
dick, dude.
This is all your fault, Nick. So there is a no. There is a theory in regards to the fact that when Coca-Cola launched New Coke in the 1980s, that they did it that was so bad that they reverted to the quote unquote old recipe, but because everybody forgot what the old recipe was because of New Coke, that they were able to make it with cheaper products and then flood the system with everything.
I've honestly, God, never heard this one. You talking about the cocaine?
No. We're talking the 80s, Nick.
So this is like okay.
This is when cocaine was prevalent.
Do you remember New Coke at all? Do you know what New Coke is?
Probably not.
Okay, so New Coke, back when Coca-Cola, there's a reason why there's Coca-Cola Classic.
Yes.
And that's because in the 1980s, Coca-Cola launched
Changed the
New
formula,
Coke.
yeah.
Yeah, changed the formula, launched New Coke, and everyone hated it. Think of like we changed the format of this show, and then everyone hated it,
And we let you
so
talk
we
all the
got
time.
rid of Matt Bush, and it was just me
Wait.
and Nick.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah. Everyone loves me. I get it. I get it.
Go on.
My 2 cents.
You're in there. You're muted for not unmuted for now.
I don't know if I believe that theory, but I will. If you think about it, is this about the fountain cokes by chance?
Not about a fountain Cokes. Nope.
Because there's something different about fountain coke at McDonald's than there is about the cans of Coke.
So with my ex-wife, I learned about this.
You didn't know that?
No. So
Previously?
there is a specific recipe made for the fountain Cokes at Coca-Cola that is different than the standard fountain Cokes anywhere else.
Yes, and I think, first of all, shout out to RC Cola, which has the best cola in the world. And I'm sorry you don't get enough play. And if you want to be my sponsor, send me RC Cola. But there's got to be some level of truth to that. In the whole cocaine in the cola thing, garbage. The issue with it is probably the acidity. Because back in the days when Coca-Cola was initially started, it was partially used to clean blood off the streets during violent gang violence. So, like, when there was, like, Al Capone was killing people, they would use Coca-Cola, because it's so acidic, to shoot the blood off the cement. And to this day, you're supposed to be able to put, like, a T-bone steak in a bath of Coca-Cola, and it could be gone in 24 hours.
So in regards to Coca-Cola, especially McDonald's Coca-Cola, there is what everyone jokes about in regards to health standards, industry, and stuff.
It's McDonald's.
McDonald's has probably some of the best health industry standards out there. The reason for that is because you are a franchise owner as opposed to random Joe who owns a restaurant. Therefore, you have money.
Plus, the barrier to enter is so large.
Exactly. So if you fail your health inspection, you fail your ice cream maker inspection because
None of the ice cream makers work. So
that was the whole point of the joke. But if you fail your inspection, they're inspected more than anyone else because if you fail, you have the money to pay. Whereas again, if you go to some random restaurant that is just funded by, you're not going to be able to pay the fine.
I'm going to go ahead and slightly disagree with you on that one.
Well, you're
Because-
wrong, but go on.
So McDonald's, it costs like roughly, it started as $1 million to franchise it.
Yeah.
But, if you watch the founder and you actually do the history, McDonald's owns the land and the part of their lease agreement is that you have to run the operation on top of the land, and that's part of your lease. But the fun thing, Burger King, they have a law.
Why'd you look at me when I said Burger King?
Come on, we're
Yeah, I'm chubby, but
the croissant. First of all, the croissant which is better
That feels
than
good
McMuffin.
because I'm chubby, but he pointed at you. So I'm like, all right, I'm doing something good here.
The McMuffin, the croissant which is better than McMuffins. So let's be honest. Really? We're gonna have this debate too?
yeah. I don't like Burger King. I think Burger King's trash.
Oh, I think Burger King is better on McDonald's than all accounts, except the chicken sandwich. The only thing, the McChicken is better than like life. Everything else that Burger King is better at.
McChicken's better than life.
The BK Big Fish, so much better than the McFilet.
I've never had a BK Big Fish.
Oh my God, I got.
Sorry.
You gotta wait till Lenten to get that one again.
Well,
No, he's
I'm,
Dutch. He has no
I'm
Christ-
Dutch, so
Well,
they have
Lenten
Protestants.
still exists whether you're Dutch or not.
I mean, does it though? I mean,
No, they exist at all times.
Does BK have a fish? I don't.
BK Big Fish. It's called the Alaskan Big Fish.
I don't eat at fast food restaurants, so I don't know.
Anymore.
BK was not my choice. BK was like
I know
number
Taco Bell was your
6
place,
of
right?
my choice.
I agree with
Taco
all
Bell,
that.
Wendy's, and McDonald's. Like,
Okay,
that
first of all,
I agree with all of that.
Burger King is better than McDonald's. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Everything that McDonald's does, Burger King does it better.
I
and
love
smarter
all the
and
stuff
faster.
that McDonald's does that's not the normal, or excuse me, all the things that McDonald's does that's not the normal McDonald's, and he rocks away because he knows I'm right.
I know. I mean, well,
Like the mac and cheese bites that they did, or the Cheetos bites, or whatever. Like that's
like McDonald's isn't good for you, but yet I'm okay with it.
None of
I'll
it-
live with it. That's
good
fine.
for you.
That's fine. But like Taco Bell ruins me, so I can't do that.
Do you
Wendy's is
understand how
fine.
many times I've stopped at this Taco Bell right across the street from the studio?
You do realize that I live like right here, so
Yeah,
it's the
that's-
closest fast food to me.
That's
I
what
can't
sucks
do it.
is that like I would well, mind you, so I'd get a few of these red Solo cups in me, and then I'd be drinking. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
you know what? I want a little Taco
get
Bell,
you.
a little
I
gut
get you.
bomb, and therefore, oh shit, I'm having a And my issue is that it's not the meal that you buy with Taco Bell, it's what you buy with the meal.
completely.
Oh, you want to buy a Mexican pizza? Okay, what else are you getting with that
Yeah.
Mexican pizza? 2 cheesy gordita crunches? Oh, okay.
I know because like 4 minutes later, I'm at a $15 meal. I'm like, how did I get here?
Yeah, you're
Like,
wondering
what am I doing?
You're wondering how the hell you got to a
Man.
$15 meal.
I
at
don't
Taco
know.
Bell.
And then I go home. I eat 75% of it. Hate myself. And then my dog eats the other 25%. And then we both wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning crying because our stomachs are destroyed.
So what is like what as we kind of like finish up? We're still drinking. We're still having fun. It's a good show.
Don't we have one more buffalo to fly through?
It was the Oblivious was the last one.
we poured it all.
Okay, well, the Oblivious is. Why do you have so many good heavy beers? I could drink like a.
All named
Because
Flying
Dan
Buffalo.
Rogers is a disaster. So
Come on, are we sure we didn't miss one?
yes.
I don't know.
I poured them all. I drank them all. I don't know how you did.
They're all around the table.
They went that fast?
What do I got in front of me?
Jesus.
That's empty. There's still a little bit left of this one. I don't know which one it is,
don't
but
threaten me
I'll
with a good time.
full.
The original.
That's the original. There you go.
The drunk chick on Rock of Love.
What'd you say?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
That's the drunk chick from Rock and Love.
Rock of Love.
Is it
Lock of
rock
Love.
and loaf? What's a rock and loaf?
Rock of Love. Remember the Brett Michaels show?
Yeah, I know. New
So-
York, whatever her name is.
Griffin
No,
Claw.
no.
No.
That was
we're done.
Flavor Flav.
Done.
Oh, Brett
Griffin,
Michaels. Got it.
Griffin Claw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cut you off now. Griffin Claw, you are in Birmingham.
Correct.
You are in Rochester as a production facility soon.
Correct.
When are you going to be fully functional in Rochester Hills?
As soon as MLCC lets us, but that's hopefully like the next 2 to 3 months. So
2 to 3 months. So you
Yeah.
got you applied for your license. You've got
a while ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You applied for your license
Yeah.
a while ago. So what is upcoming for Griffin Claw? What is new? What flavors? What styles? What is going on that's different than these like 8 Flying Buffaloes we have?
So we'll release our 2019 schedule in the next couple weeks, and A lot of that has to do
What-
that cream ale's gone.
What can you? No. You're muted.
Yeah, you're
what
muted.
can you tell us about the 2019 schedule that we might not know until you release it?
So 2019 schedule: year-round milk stout with vanilla with vanilla and coconut called "You Figure It Out." A Norm's 12-pack 12-ounce can will be introduced January 1st.
Price point
$1 less expensive than Two Hearted.
on purpose.
Oh,
Yeah, of course.
So $13.99.
Like retail at Meijer at $14.99.
Am
Yeah.
I still muted?
no, you're not muted. I hear you. You should wear your headphones.
We're doing our Mexican lager that we did really well last year.
Ligarino?
El Ligaro. Sure.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you tooted. You tooted. I have a 2-year-old. You tooted. Okay.
Thanks, Lars.
My bad. Our Mexican lager is coming out in a 15-pack can for $13.99. That's pretty
Super good.
I know, that's pretty killer. What else are we doing?
Gateway? Are we doing anything with Gateway? Is it dead? I'm sorry. Is it dead?
So there's 2 brands that I'm not focusing on next year. And
Gateway's one of
I'm
them.
gonna say Gateway's one of them.
one of them. Yeah, we'll still make them. We'll still appreciate them as who they are and what they are. But
Were
we
you
will
part
not
of the
focus
decision to
on
go from 8-pack to 15-pack?
Yes,
Were you pro that or against that?
pro that
Okay.
because the 8-pack is a disaster.
Not these 8-pack of Buffalo.
No.
I mean, this
no.
eight- this-
A 8-pack of a 12-ounce can doesn't fit on a shelf. Meyer tried to grab onto it and was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
What if you did like an 8-pack of these little samplers? You called them like Buffalo Soldiers and sold them out.
We're gonna call him Herd. The Herd.
The herd of buffaloes.
The Herd.
I like it.
I think
Have you
would
heard
get
about the
a
herd?
Lot. I think you would get a lot of traction with
Yeah,
that.
we
Like these
we sold
single-
out. We sold out of the 8-pack like pretty quickly.
What if you sold these for like $60? You could probably do that too.
I don't want to do that.
To be honest, if I went to Zatuna Liquor over in Rochester Hills, south of 59 on Rochester
Herd
Road,
drop.
I don't fucking care.
He's great.
Jack is amazing. I love
he is.
Jack. And if you would have sold these in 8-packs, I would have known farewell that these would have been gone the
I know.
second that I called and be like, hey, can you save this for me
So,
for when I come up?
In all reality, the reason why we did it is because we used to do 8-packs of shit.
Gateway.
And, yeah, Gateway and Platinum Blonde. So we used to do Platinum Blonde and 8-packs. So we had a bunch of these left over. So this is a Platinum Blonde carrier. And so I was like, well, screw it. We have 8 things. We'll just put them out. Ooh, okay. Just making things spill everywhere.
You're only on camera. That's fine.
You're welcome. But no, we just had a lot of 8-packs left over. So this is our way of getting rid of them.
Would you guys do a herd of buffalo in an 8-pack next year?
I would think next year.
Correct.
I think that'd be
Yes.
the best way to do it.
Correct. So we actually
Because
thought.
retailers want to sell them as singles, right?
Yeah. Well,
So wouldn't it be easier to sell them as a herd instead of?
we actually thought about doing them in like smaller cans, like 11-ounce cans, 8-ounce cans, because I refuse to do anything in bottles anymore. Bottles are dead to us.
No, like 7.5-ounce Miller High Life ponies.
Well, we looked at smaller cans to do in our canning line. It just our canning line couldn't do it. But we looked at like little like Red Bull cans and stuff. It didn't
I
work
will
out.
fight
but
you if you do that. I will literally
we
burn your building down if you do
Matthew,
8.5-ounce
we
cans.
looked at it. We didn't do it.
I will burn your building to the ground.
Okay, I'll tell my insurance agent.
Have them call me.
No.
I just gave my phone number.
No, we didn't do it, obviously. But we're doing cans. We're gonna do cans. The 8-pack was something that we didn't.
I think an 8-pack 12-ounce would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
If you would call it the herd.
The Herd.
You know, I heard you. Come.
Colin Herd. No. Good.
Cowherd? No, not
okay,
him.
no.
But
He's horrible.
because I mean,
Yeah,
then
he
you
is.
Yeah, he's horrible.
then
I
you
was not a
have
fan of him.
75%, right? So you can like divide another 25%. You know. Up
Yeah,
by
no, we
cans.
like what we did. So we're gonna expand that next
I think
year.
this
but
was a
yeah.
great idea. I don't have anything bad to say about any of these beers. Which I'm not a dark beer drinker, but I'm drunk, so I liked all of it.
It's called Fire Up Chip.
Well, I mean, I'm not a quitter either.
Is there, mind you, so you're releasing all these variants. Would there be a way to release these variants in a single serve type setting where you can create these smaller cans or these smaller capabilities to where if I wanted to try by myself all 8 of these, I didn't have to get fucking hammered on a single night. Even sharing with 4 people.
I mean, I think with one single 16-ounce can,
Well, these are all 12 ounce, aren't they?
No, these are 16.
16s.
16s.
Yep.
No, my
16
choice.
Yeah,
ounce
by
cans
count.
between the four of us at 10,
split it, yeah.
12% each. 12%
Yeah, I
each
mean
on average.
that's 2 cans, so that's 32 ounces at 16%.
I mean,
10% or 12%.
I mean, that's
12%.
That's a pretty big beer in a less than 2 hour span. I mean, is there any consideration to put these in 12-ounce cans?
We thought about it.
What about buzz balls?
Now this is where you mute him. This is
I
where-
mean, hold on.
no.
I mean.
No, Kenneth.
Time out.
Kenneth. No.
If you could figure out a way to carbonize buzz balls or whatever, like these short, small cans
Get the fuck out of here.
at a singular hold on, time out. At a singular rate, you could
Plus cheap.
probably get it for a giant price point in regards to the fact that these are what's a buzz ball? What's that? 5 ounces, 4 ounces?
4.5, yeah, to 5.
So 4 ounces.
it has
so
the same. It has the same.
You're killing
So
us.
for-
All right. Let's do math.
So we did $8 a can based
4
on
ounces. So
so
it's that
if-
divided
if-
by 4. So
that would be $2.
25 divided by 4.
But
so a
you
4
would
pack would be
let's
$6.99.
so if I did 3 of these, so $3 for each 4 ounce try. Because we said 4 ounce, right? Yeah, $3 for each 4 ounce
It'd be
try.
$1.56 per can
No, not
per buzz ball.
No,
Seriously.
no.
I
No,
can't
I'm
believe talking
talking
about
$1.
buzz balls.
No, because we're talking about
if
the
it-
price point in regards to entry into the market where someone wants to try these beers, but not fucking in like.
but
mind you, if I wanted
many-
to buy an 8-pack, that's like $64.
But also-
How many ounces is buzz ball?
I think it's 5 ounces.
So 5 ounces.
So we'll say it's 4.
so 25.
Say it's 4, 1/4. If
Divided
you
by
could
4.
do like $2.50 per buzz ball,
4. It's $1.56 per buzz ball.
yeah. But if you could do like say $2.50, because obviously the smaller you get to market,
What's
obviously you have to pay
200
for-
milliliters? What's that? Is that 5 ounces?
Yeah, it's $1.56.
So think about this though. If you made these into buzz balls like sizes, the thing is like most people, this should be served if you want to be a hipster in
I
tulips.
kind of do.
So it would be proper to pour it into tulip.
Can you imagine
Just
someone
a
like pouring a buzz ball into a tulip? Like
You would call it a buffalo balls.
Oh my god!
Yes, name
You're saying, "Oh my
extraordinaire."
god," but you're like, "That's actually a
I'm done.
brilliant." Guys, I think that's gonna do it for 155. I think we might be staying longer. We might go Facebook Live, not necessarily podcasting.
It will not be.
More like a drunk shit show.
Hey, don't forget to check out North Center Brewing over in Northville, Michigan, Zatuna Liquor over in Rochester Hills,
Griffin Claw in Birmingham. On
Griffin
510
Claw,
Eaton Road.
Birmingham,
Eaton Street.
Clubhouse BFD, obviously, if you want what is the best fish tacos ever.
I think BFT has the best fish tacos I've ever had in my life.
And as we always say, no matter what you think of your beer, we think it's
It's Flying Buffalo. Better on draft.
better on draft. Have a good night.